It has rained heavily here in Tampa over the past hour. There is still a light rain falling and the promise of more as we continue this afternoon. Welcome back to Tampa, everyone. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armin Katayan. And this is the game that many in New York and in Tampa have circled on the schedule since the NFL schedule came out. Our referee today is Phil Luckett. The Jets have won the toss, and they will receive in the face of this very, very tough Tampa team. As you look at Wayne Chrebet on the sideline, it's important for the New York Jets to get off to a good start here today, Phil.
Well, it would be, Greg, but the weather, it's rained so hard, the field is wet, the game plans and strategy have to change.
Grammatica's kick, 2 yards deep in the end zone, is Kevin Williams. To the 20. And forward to about the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. A 24-yard return for Williams, and Vinny Testaverde picked number 1 overall in 1987 by these Tampa Bay Bucks. He is still the Bucks' all-time leader in passing yardage and touchdowns.
Look at his stats for this year. Vinny Testaverde, we talked to him last night, and I think he's correct in saying, I am getting better every week. I thought last week against Buffalo, the best I've seen him play this year. And he says, I had a great week of practice, very excited and confident about playing the Buccaneers defense.
First down from the 23-yard line. Chrebet in motion and Testaverde to throw. Going to go deep down the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for number 89, Dedrick Ward. It'll be 2nd and 10. And a look at the Jets' offensive line, Phil.
The Jets' offensive line, the center, Kevin Mawai, one of the best in the league.
The backfield boasts 3-time Pro Bowler Curtis Martin. Receivers Wayne Chrebet and Dedrick Ward have big play capabilities. And with the wet field, the Jets didn't hesitate to try to go deep on the first offensive play of the game.
Well, there's a couple things, Greg. The Jets did want to come out and throw the football today, but most of the passes, they want them to be short to pick up the yards so they can pick up the 3rd down.
Curtis Martin, left side. Richie Anderson, lead block. Turning the corner up across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Jamie Duncan, Rondé Barber in on the stop after a gain of 5.
The Bucs defensive line, one of the best in the league, and of course it's led by Warren Sapp.
The linebackers are all quick. Derek Brooks, as good as there is at that position in the NFL, and there is talent everywhere you look in the secondary. Ball-hawking cornerback and hard-hitting John Lynch at strong safety. Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator, in the rain. Coaching the 3rd best defense in the league. The Bucs are right now. Testaverde overthrows the intended receiver. That's Dedrick Ward again.
And Testaverde gets hit, gets rushed on the throw that time by Warren Sapp. And the problem is, you can't double team this. Look at the top of your screen. Warren Sapp just keeps working. Hard to double team him because he moves around so much, so active, so fast. And I'd say another good word is ferocious, wouldn't you, Greg? He likes hitting that quarterback.
I believe the popular phrase is his motor is always running.
There you go.
Carl Williams, number 86, for the punt from Tom Tupa. He'll get a return on this from the 19. Across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Bradford Banta with the tackle, 54-yard punt and a 13-yard return. And Sean King, who took over as a starting quarterback late last season, counting the postseason, he is now 8-2 as the Bucs starting quarterback.
Well, this is how Tony Dungy envisioned his quarterback playing ever since he's been down here in Tampa. Don't make a lot of turnovers because he knows we're going to have a good defense. The offense, just don't take any chances. And when you watch this game today, there's Tony Dungy. As you watch this game today, Sean King, the thing about him is what's making him successful is just how calm he is in directing the football team.
Warwick Dunn won't get to turn the corner. Victor Green comes up and makes the stop. That'll be a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12. The Bucs offensive line is rugged. Pro Bowlers Randall McDaniel and Jeff Christie, 2 key free agent acquisitions from the Vikings.
Well, you have a power runner in Mike Allstott. Now Keyshawn Johnson outside along with Jaquez Green. Gives him a good tandem to throw to. Line
of scrimmage is the 30-yard line. have gotten a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 11. The Jet defense up front. Rick Lyle has not missed a start in his 3+ seasons with the Jets. He's teamed with Ferguson and Burton. The heart of the New York defense. Terrific linebackers in Lewis, Cox, Jones, and Roman Pfeiffer.
And you look at the defensive backs, the one that the Buccaneers are worried about, Aaron Glenn. He will take chances. He will make the big plays outside to turn the game around.
3rd and 11. Keyshawn Johnson to the bottom of your screen. And Marcus Coleman is up tight on him. King out of the shotgun. Whistle blows. This won't count.
Prior to the snap, ball start, offense, number 69. 5 yards penalty remains, 3rd down.
That's left tackle Pete Pearson.
Well, Greg, you look at this weather, and you know the NFL teams, we talk to the coaches and players every week. They put so much work into the strategy, the things we're going to do today. Then you come out here in the warm-ups, you go, uh-oh, now what are we going to do, coach? And this is going to affect the game drastically. I saw Les Steckel a few minutes before kickoff, and he just said, man, can you believe this? This is going to change everything we do now.
King going with 5 wide receivers. From the shotgun, throws long, and it is overthrown, incomplete. The intended receiver is Jaquez Green. So each offense is 3 and out, and on comes the punting unit led by Mark Royal.
Now, the one thing I noticed, Greg, watching them warm up, Sean King really struggled throwing the wet football. And Vinny Testaverde, yeah, he didn't throw it perfectly, but he's a little better throwing the wet football in the rain, so he has an advantage when it comes to just dropping back and letting it go.
Dedrick Ward deep to receive the Royal kick from the 24. 30, tripped up and falls forward to the 34-yard line. And let's check in for the first time today with Armin Catania. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You can tell by this umbrella. As you talked about the weather, it has done nothing but intensify this rain since we came on the air. The field is soaked. The one thing Tony Dungy told me in the tunnel, he said, it is going to change a little bit about what I'm doing. We're just going to try to slug it out with these guys. Back to you.
Well, let's see. In preseason, it rained in Jacksonville for us, and it rained in Mexico City, and it rained in Green Bay once the season began.
So if you've got a drought, bring Armin there. He'll take care of it. That's what happened.
Four wide receivers for Testaverde on first down. They give it to Martin, and Martin goes nowhere. John Lynch comes up to nail Martin for the 3-yard loss. We talked about the rain earlier this afternoon. Oh, this is nice compared to what it was. Look at John Hall and the rest of the Jets who are out here, and some of the fans who maybe need a shower every now and then. I asked you how you liked this stuff when you were playing, Phil. You said you hated it.
Well, of course. It's just hard to use your skills and be as good as you want when the elements are too hard to overcome.
2nd and 13. His receiver fell down. That's Dedrick Ward. That's 3 passes thrown in Ward's direction so far this afternoon. And Vinny yet to complete one.
A lot of slipping on the outside edges of the field. Of course, that's where the water's going to drain to. In the middle, as you look, Greg, look, the turf is not torn up yet. So the footing for the offensive lineman, the defensive lineman, and inside has been pretty good.
I made the comment to you, Phil, we may see, if you look on the sideline,
Dramatica
keeping his foot warm, dry. Martin, 35, 38-yard line. That'll still be well short of the first down. I mentioned to you, we may see a throwback to the Tampa Bay Bucs of last season where all they did was practically grind it out.
Well, Tony Dungy, I almost laughed when Tony Dungy said to Armin, we're going to slug it out. And I go, oh, you don't know how to coach that kind of game plan, do you? But you can tell, when I look at this game right now, you've got to be patient, especially early, to see how your skill guys can perform in this weather.
We have not had a first down registered here yet. Tupa with his 2nd punt of the day. Oh, his drop was terrible, and the punt isn't that great either. Bouncing inside the 35-yard line and out of bounds at the 29. And let's check in for the first time today with Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
All right, and the thriller in Pittsburgh, Cordell Stewart came in for an injured Kent Graham, drove the Steelers down to the field goal range. This kick by Chris Brown, 50 yards to send it to overtime, short. And Tennessee wins it. Steelers are winless. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim, thank you. And a happy Jeff Fisher. As we have a penalty on the play, Phil Luckett. Rain continues to fall, and as we said at the very beginning, there's the promise of more here today.
Personal foul, unnecessary rush of the receiving team, number 51. Penalty 15 yards, first down.
That penalty is on Alsherman Singleton.
Well, these are big penalties. In a game like this, we just said be patient. Field position is going to be so important, so you get driven back 15 yards. Now it's hard to get a first down. You punt. The Jets hold them here. They're going to get the ball around midfield.
Boy, what a break for the New York Jets. Tom Tupa with a terrible drop off the snap.
Well, he panicked. He saw the rush coming, and he got rid of the football before he had to. Look at the block by Bernie Parmalee.
Looked like he kicked it on the point of the ball. And then Alsherman Singleton's penalty backs them up 15 yards more. King down the side. It is caught at midfield. Jacquez Green on the run down the sideline. Pulled down. Did he make the end zone? Just short. Aaron Glenn caught him from behind.
Watch this play. Here comes Green across the field. Or he's behind, I'm sorry. It looks like it's going to be an interception when Sean King lets the football go. Kevin Williams doesn't play the right angle.
Stepped out of bounds, the 11-yard line, first down.
Phil Luckett says he stepped out of bounds at the 11-yard line. It'll make it a 75-yard gain.
Well, that was a well-designed play by the Buccaneers, and when Sean King let that football go, I said, uh-oh, that's trouble.
There's Les Steckel. Tennessee, a 23-20 winner over the Pittsburgh Steelers. We welcome those of you who watched the game between the Titans and the Steelers. This game is scoreless, but moments ago, Sean King completed a 75-yard pass play to Jacquez Green, which has the Bucs set up first down at the Jets' 11-yard line.
They say he stepped out the 11-yard line. Let's watch as he comes down. Still nothing. Well, from that angle, I did not see him step out of bounds from that angle. If I was Tony Dungy, I would challenge.
Well, he has chosen not to. That was the first or the longest play for either Sean King or Jacquez Green. You see Tampa Bay's red zone offense, which has been potent. Number 1 in the NFL this young season. First down from the 11. King lost the handle, gave it to Allstott, and Allstott pulls across the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like to call this area of the field the green zone, Greg, because they're making some money down there, but that's what you got to really be careful about as a quarterback today. Be very patient underneath the center. Don't be in a hurry to pull away to get back on your pass drops or to hand the football off because of that. The football will be wet.
2nd and 8 as a little bit of sunshine breaks through the clouds. King incomplete. Overthrew Warwick Dunn. Dunn wants an interference call, which is not forthcoming. It'll be 3rd and 8.
No, nothing there. Good job by Sean King, just throwing the football away. And as you watch this game, and if you Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, that's what he's done all year. If the play is not open and he thinks there's any chance of it being a turnover, he has gotten rid of the football. And when you got a defense like the Buccaneers do, that's how you should play quarterback.
Number 64 is Randall McDaniel. And he is eligible. He caught a touchdown pass a week ago. All stop. Right side to the 5 to the 4-yard line. Victor Green makes the stop. And let's see if Tony Dungy sends the field goal unit on. He will.
Well, I think that play there just illustrates the conditions again, Greg. Very conservative call by the Buccaneers. You know, you're not looking for field position to get closer for the kicker. It's already close enough.
Martin Gramatica, last year, team record 106 points, team record 27 field goals. This will be a 22-yarder. Good snap, good placement, good kick, and the Bucs lead. 7:28 to play. First quarter, Tampa Bay draws first blood. The Bucs lead by 3.
Pay too much for airfare, and there's nothing left for the vacation. Fly Southwest coast to coast for $99 or less one way. Available only at southwest.com. Purchase by September 28th and travel by January 7th.
You are now free to move about the country.
It is more than a trial by fire. It is a rite of passage. And if you can master your fear, outsmart your enemy, and never yield, even to yourself, you will be changed forever. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Coach, you gave some players time off to check out the Staples Copy Center, and things got a little out of hand, didn't they?
I don't know. Like I said, I made the calls, and I take full responsibility for them. And like I said, it's kind of a risk-reward call.
Isn't this your tight end's laminated sock?
That's uncalled for, in my opinion.
And your linebacker's photocopied tongue? And didn't your kicker try binding his zipper?
And there's no excuse for that.
You want to see more, Coach? I got more.
No.
How did Baku in the former Soviet Union get to be an American boomtown? It's the oil, stupid. Find oil, and you'll find American oil men. 60 Minutes, tonight.
Martin Gramatica's 22-yard field goal caps an 83-yard 5-play drive that has the Bucs on top. And Gramatica will now kick to number 87, Lavernius Poles, number 23, Kevin Williams. Williams bobbles and holds on in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. And when we come back from a timeout, the Jets will try it again. First down from their own 20. Vinny back home in Miami.
Today at IBM.com, we're talking about the ThinkPad A20. Huge 15-inch screen, Intel Pentium 3 processor, a video in-out port that makes multimedia easy. These things are selling so fast, I just had Leon order another 1,000.
Okay, wait, 1,000? Chris, didn't you say 1 million? Because that's what I ordered.
Buy 2. 3. Buy a whole bunch.
Welcome to figure drawing. Let's begin.
Do you have our supplies?
Oh, yeah.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Get out!
Make it a Bud Light.
What happens when a tough guy from the streets gets a license to practice law?
I'm attorney Joe Solano. I fight hard for regular people. My client's working in a sweatshop. You're going to hear that I use questionable tactics.
His name was written beside every payphone in prison.
Now, you can't believe everything you hear, but you can believe a lot of it.
Tony Danza joins the cast of Family Law.
The cause is right. You don't care who you hurt.
I care. I just don't let it stop me.
An incredible new season of Family Law begins CBS Monday, October 2nd.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. And by Saturn, now with two distinctively different car lines, the L Series and S Series.
Welcome back to Tampa. That is Tampa. I said Vinny Testaverde back home in Miami. Played his college ball at Miami, but makes his home here in Tampa, Florida. And the Jets will start first down from their own 20-yard line. Testaverde to throw again. Chrebet to the 30. The 33-yard line, and that's the kind of pass play we expect the Jets to be successful throwing.
Well, that's what the Jets want to do. This Buck defense, it's about not giving up big plays. And look at the cushion. Wayne Chrebet is given to the outside. A nice throw by Wayne Chrebet, and something you very seldom see. I've watched all three of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers games. A defensive back or a defensive player missing a tackle.
Jets go with 5 wide receivers after their first down. Testaverde under pressure, overthrows the receiver on the far side, Curtis Martin. And as the Bucs like to do, they apply the pressure right up the middle.
Well, that's putting a little pressure on your offensive line if you're the New York Jets. Just get rid of the tight end and everybody and spread them out and tell the offensive lineman, okay, you're good. Block those front 4. Very hard to do. Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator. Here's what makes the Bucs defense different. Their up-front people is what makes it confusing to the other offense. The secondary doesn't do a lot. It's all the movement by the defensive linemen that hurt the opposing offense.
5 wide receivers again on second down. Penalty markers fly. And it appears Jason Fabini moved before the snap.
Prior to the snap, ball start, offense, 69. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
So it's 2nd and 15.
Now that'll make you nervous. Jason Fabini knows nobody back there. I got to do it all by myself. And what makes the Buccaneer defense just a little different too? Really, all 4 defensive linemen. Of course, Warren Sapp is the best defensive lineman in the National Football League, I think. But all 4 are quality pass rushers, so nobody has an easy job.
Martin, a slow start, and then finds running room on the left side. Midfield, 45-yard line, and that'll be first down, New York.
Well, what you look for is a couple things on this play. Look at the penetration by the defensive line. Watch Warren Sapp, number 99. He's in the backfield. He just gets faked out by Curtis Martin. This is all Curtis Martin just making it happen. And then the secondary caught out of position. And Curtis Martin gets a big gain.
26 yards and a first down to the Tampa 45-yard line. Anderson in motion, the pitch for Martin. Martin turns the corner and out of bounds. After about a 4-yard pickup, Donnie Abraham forced him out of downs. We'll call it 2nd and 5.
Well, that was a nice move that time. It shows you hope your offensive lineman can make the blocks, but your running back has always got to help him out. That time it looked like Curtis Martin was going to go inside. Then he changed his mind at the last second, pulled the defense, that enabled him to get outside for 5 yards.
Everyone has their priorities at game time. For the Tampa Bay defense, they want to shut down the Jets' ground game.
Well, every team does. They always want to stop the running game, but it's extremely important when you play the Jets because they do it so well. And that's the only way you can get pressure on Vinny Testaverde, too, get in known situations.
Martin wrapped up back at the 45 by Derek Brooks.
Well, you're going to see enough of this today where the defensive linemen and the linebackers get in the backfield for the New York Jets, and Derek Brooks kind of quiet. And you hear this talk all the time. Hey, the linebackers are fast, the defense is fast. Well, this guy is the fastest, maybe, in the National Football League at the linebacker position.
Derek Brooks telling us he just finished his master's degree at Florida State during the offseason in business communication. Mastered that play. 39. Testaverde rolling, throws, has his man, and that's complete to Lavernius Coles. Coles inside the 30 after an 18-yard pickup. That's a first down.
Well, the Buccaneers have been blitzing people this year, and nobody's picking it up. Watch, 2 blitzes from the weak side. John Lynch, they're coming in with Rondé Barber. The Jets are expecting it. They move the pocket. They get Vinny Testaverde outside. And now you got a corner, Donnie Abraham, is going, hey, we just blitzed. That throw should happen much quicker. He's got to cover the receiver for a longer period of time, and then enables the receiver to get open down the field.
Lavernius Coles with his first catch in the NFL. First down at the 27-yard line. Martin hit in the backfield by Chidi Ahanatu. Loss or gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Now see, this play would have worked against about every team in the league. Watch Chidi Ahanatu from the outside. He's unblocked. It's not a mistake by the Jets. They just say, look, Curtis Martin, he can get through that line before he gets there. Nope, wrong. See, you can watch that film all you want sometimes, but till you come out on the field and you see the physical speed and presence of the other team, you can get fooled, and the Jets were fooled that time.
On 2nd and 9, Testaverde throws down the sideline, and that's incomplete. Intended for Curtis Martin. That's about 3 passes now that Testaverde has thrown well beyond where he thought his receiver would be.
Well, they're covered, so he just throwing it away. That's a smart thing. And what did Testaverde tell us yesterday, Greg? Of course, you know, he's playing better, all that, but he says the one thing he's got to avoid today, sacks. Keep field position in the Jets' favor, and don't get the 3rd and 15s and long yardage situations. Throw the football away when they're not open.
This defensive line of the Bucs loves to administer the sack. Curtis Martin inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line, right into the arms of Warren Sapp. It's a 3-yard game, and onto the field comes the field goal unit. John Hall has not been what the Jets have expected from recent years. He had a 33-yard miss against Buffalo last week. He's only 2 out of 5 from 30-plus yards this year. This is a 41-yard attempt. Cooper will hold. And it is good. John Hall back on the money. That's good news for the Jets, who pull into a 3-3 tie.
What if it were true? What if a car company really did start from scratch? Really did change the way cars were made? The way cars were sold? What if they really did treat you differently? What if it were all true?
To all the new e-businesses just getting started, why not talk to the company that's pioneered the business-to-business revolution on the web? One whose experience in e-commerce has become a model for doing business on the internet. One who can help you achieve the same success with your e as we have with ours. Dell knows how he works. Visit Dell.com.
Dell e-business servers use Intel Pentium 3 Xeon processors.
We're not the same company we were 10 years ago. In some ways, we're older, other ways newer. Today, we make two different car lines. We have more people, more resources. But there are things that haven't changed. Those are what make us different. Those are what make us Saturn.
This fall, Dave hits the field with Denzel Washington, Kevin Spacey, Ray Romano, LL Cool J, Jada Pinkett Smith, Green Day, and Farrah Fawcett. Monday kicks off with Sylvester Stallone.
You're watching CBS Sports, home of the master.
We invite you to log on to NFL.com and track your favorite players with up-to-the-minute stats. It's all at NFL.com. John Hall, who has reached the end zone with just 5 of his 12 kickoffs this season, reaches it on this one. Aaron Stecker from a yard deep to the 20 and caught from behind and brought down at the 20-yard line by Lavernius Cole. A timeout with 1:59 to play in the first quarter.
Our company needed managed internet solutions. PSINet delivered.
We needed managed web hosting. PSINet fit the bill.
I wanted multi-currency e-commerce. PSINet was there in over 160 currencies.
We needed transaction solutions. PSINet executed the specifications on time.
Simply put, I needed everything, and PSINet gave it to me.
Your business internet opportunity is knocking. Open the door. Call or contact us today.
That's him! Number 84! The duty of a true race fan is to help his driver. He can't eat out there. Basically, I eat for him.
Oh, yeah!
Lap 73, my driver wants ribs. Lap 110, something lighter. Lap 162, time for Rolaids. Extra strength.
New extra strength Rolaids with even more acid neutralizing power to wipe out heartburn fast.
This is for us, man.
New extra strength Rolaids, R-O-L-A-I-D-S, spells relief.
We didn't have to offer side impact airbags on all our new cars. We didn't have to make those airbags the kind that are designed to help protect your head, just like the ones that come in Mercedes and Volvo. We didn't have to. That said, we did.
South to south pit. Stroke. Check. Check.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Rolaids. Rolaids, R-O-L-A-I-D-S, spells relief. And by PSINet, the Internet Super Carrier.
Welcome back to Raymond James Stadium. Just a tad under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. The Bucs and the Jets at a 3-all tie. And first down, 10 yards to go from their own 20-yard line. The Tampa Bay Bucs, as you look at Keyshawn Johnson's numbers, he has not had a ball thrown at him so far yet today. All stop. Wrapped up by Jason Ferguson, Marvin Jones, and a host of other Jets. A pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 as we look at the man who grabbed all the headlines all week long.
Well, I knew there'd be a lot of talk this week by Keyshawn Johnson, but even I was surprised how much. It just like never ended. All the press conferences, all the things he kept saying, and the more I listened, the more I got confused because the message was always different every time he delivered it. So I think he'll even be glad when this week is over.
Dunn finds a hole, turns the corner, and is knocked out of bounds across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. 11-yard pickup. It'll be a first down for Tampa Bay.
Well, something Tampa Bay has not been able to do much this year is get Ward done to the outside. It's just good blocking up front. Randall McDaniel gets his guy. Hegeman's in there. Nice block on the edge. Patrick Hayes, the second tight end, does a good job. And anytime you want to run the football and you have success at it, that means your wide receivers. Look at Jaquez Green, number 81, on the outside, giving Ward Dunn an extra 5 or 6 yards.
From the 32, all stop. Brought to a stop at about the 35-yard line. And Tony Dungy found himself having to reprimand Keyshawn Johnson for the obscene gesture at a camera crew out at the practice session.
Well, I think, Greg, this is the whole thing. I don't know what your take was on this whole business, why he was talking out so much. Even some of the Buck players, when they said it, I said, that makes sense. It's about his pride. They think his pride has been hurt because of who he is, the number 1 pick, being traded away, and you just don't like that happen to you.
Pass on the far side, incomplete, intended for Keyshawn. Marcus Coleman was there with him.
And the other thing, too, some of the comments he made, they did bother me because I know a lot of these players in the league, and the one comment he said about him and Wayne Chrebet, where this all started, the feud between the two, he says, comparing me to Wayne Chrebet is like comparing a flashlight, which is Wayne Chrebet, to me being a star. Now, I'll give you credit. Keyshawn Johnson is an impact player, I think, in the National Football League. But this Wayne Chrebet, he's an awfully good player, too. He's a big part of the Jets' offense, so the difference is, of course, not near that great.
3rd and 7, pass outside, complete at midfield and out of bounds to Riddell Anthony, number 85, and that's enough for a first down. 17 yards on the play.
Well, sometimes in the National Football League, quarterbacks try to throw it behind the wide receiver on purpose. This is not one of those times. Look at the ball. It slips out of Sean King's hands just a little bit. Riddell Anthony does a good job coming back, making the catch, and getting the first down.
And that's the play that brings the first quarter to an end. It's been dead even. The Buccaneers 3 and the New York Jets 3. We're coming back to Raymond James Stadium for the start of the second quarter. Right after this, you're watching the NFL on CBS.
This new car was going to be different from anything Saturn ever built. It was going to be bigger, more powerful, more luxurious, more everything. And while creating an entirely separate plant may not have been absolutely necessary, it was the right thing to do. Welcome to the factory, the Saturn L Series build.
He's Denver's 4th all-time leading rusher. On any given day, this back could pile up yardage, elude tacklers, and score at will. Yeah, this Denver back played his position like no one else. Did I mention he's a quarterback?
Expect more from an original. Original Coors. Brewed a mile high.
Coors in a yellow can. Now that's original.
For channel. CNN. We've got pop. Michael Vick drives Virginia Tech into battle against Boston College. Or Florida and Big Bad Alex Brown confront Mississippi State. Next Saturday on CBS.
Welcome back to Tampa. All week long, we've been anticipating this game, and as you said, Phil, we expected some things about Keyshawn Johnson. I think we were kind of surprised at how much there was and how very much against it these Tampa Bay Bucks were. But Warren Sapp, in no uncertain terms, made it clear he was a little sick of the whole thing.
Well, he was, and I think he said it right too. He says, you got to remember, down here, Keyshawn Johnson is just a compliment to our team. He is not the team, because this Buccaneers team has a lot of talent at other positions.
Sean King throws it down the sideline. It is incomplete, out of bounds. Sean Ellis putting the pressure on King, and we'll take time out and return to New York and Jim Nance. Jim.
All right, guys, Seattle, San Diego. Ryan Leaf, by the way, 5 for 5 in the game so far, but Seattle's in the end zone. Darrell Jackson, the rookie, scores. It was offsides against the Chargers. Touchdown stands, and the Seahawks lead in San Diego. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim, thank you. 3-3 tie between the Buccaneers and the Jets. Sean King, just 2 out of 6 with those 2 completions, good for 93 yards. And he'll throw this time. Over the middle, wide open and incomplete. Dave Moore had the field to himself. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, that is a good design. Tampa Bay coming out and doing some nice play-action passes and getting people open down the field. Look at this. Dwayne Gordon completely fooled. Oh, it's not a run. You always think it's a run when you play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Sean King, the wet football is going to make you throw it high. There's Les Steckel, the offensive coordinator. But I noticed watching their games this year, if you want to say something he doesn't do well, when the football gets away from him, it always goes up high, gives the defense a chance for interception.
3rd and 10 now from the shotgun. King throws to no one. Incomplete. And we have a penalty marker on the far side of the field. Well, a couple of the Bucs seem to think this is going to go against the Jets.
Well, where it's thrown usually means defensive holding or pass interference.
It's a holding call against the Jets.
And what's going to upset the Jets, it had nothing to do with the play. Sean King looking right the whole time. And the hold took place way out to the left.
Holding, defense, number 51. A 5-yard penalty with automatic first down.
Penalty is on Brian Cox. So faced with a 3rd and 10, the Bucs get the hold, and Al Groh is not at all happy.
Well, I was watching Brian Cox on the play. I did not see him. I saw him get blocked. I didn't see him out covering the receiver to do the holding. So I think they got mixed up on who did the holding.
First down from the 42-yard line of the Jets. King gives to Dunn. Dunn with room to run inside the 35. And that'll be another first down for the Bucs. 12 yards on the play.
Now, you know, some of these play-action passes the Bucs have run caught the Jets a little by surprise. So now, the linebackers, what happens? You have to hesitate just a second longer before you react to the running play because you're afraid of the play-action pass. That's enough time for Warrick Dunn to get up in there and get a first down.
4 for 22 for Warrick Dunn so far today. First down now from the 30. Dunn again. Finds room inside the 25, and he's close to another first down. 9 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1. As for Keyshawn, how active has he been today?
Well, he's a decoy on this play. Marcus Coleman pushes him out. Something he usually does very well. Very good run blocker. And that sums up his day. Nothing has happened so far for number 19.
Allstott, first down yardage and more to about the 13-yard line before Victor Green can corral him. Mike Allstott, 6'1", 248 pounds, has been to the last 3 Pro Bowls. That noise is a pirate ship.
Every time the Bucs go inside the 20, the cannon goes off, and it's annoying. But that's what they do. It lets the fans know we're getting close to pay dirt.
The next thing Armin will say to us is, what? The Bucs, big-time yard gainers on first down. Allstott to the 5, to the 3. Marvin Jones and Victor Green with the tackle. And that may be enough for another first down. Let's see.
Well, the Jets, they bring up people trying to stop the run. Watch the safety come up from the left side, and watch the nice cut. Oh, there goes Mike Allstott. Even though he's big and he runs over people, what makes him such an effective runner in the NFL is those feet, able to stop, change direction, and still have speed going forward to pick up those yards. What did Aaron Glenn say? I said, what are you going to do if Allstott comes at you? He goes, man, I'm going to hit him low and just hold on and hope I get some help from some teammates. You know, there's not much to hit when you look at Mike Allstott. He's so big through the shoulders, so big in the legs, you just can't protect yourself as a defender trying to go up there and hit him.
First and goal from the 3. The Bucs with 39 rushing yards on this drive. King is going to throw to the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Dave Moore.
This is just a good play, a good throw by Sean King. The Jets are not fooled at all. Watch the catch by Dave Moore. Marvin Jones is all over him. Sean King throws at the only spot where there can be a completion back in the end zone, and the big tight end makes the catch.
King's 5th touchdown pass of the season. The extra point is good. 11:53 to play in the first half. And the youngster from Tulane continues to work a little magic at quarterback for Tampa Bay.
Coming up next, the Dr. Pepper halftime show.
You make the world taste better, yeah. You make me feel good. You make the world taste better.
The biggest news in motor oil since motor oil.
Let me show you something that really surprised me. Look what happened to the other leading motor oils after a 128-hour test designed to simulate severe driving conditions. But this is newly formulated Pennzoil with Pure Base after the same test. I'm no mechanic, but I know which one I'd rather put in my car. These? I don't even know what I'd do with these.
For protection so strong you can see the difference, get newly formulated Pennzoil with Pure Base.
On October 2nd, the switch will be thrown, and the comedy broadcasting system will hit the air. First, see why Kevin James is still the king on the season premiere of The King of Queens. We'll help. And the series premiere of Guest Here.
Yeah, immediate submission. That's how Mommy got Daddy to marry her.
Then Ray and the family go to Italy.
This wasn't in the brochure.
On a special one-hour season premiere of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Don't fight here. It's the Coliseum.
The comedy broadcasting system hits the air CBS Monday, October 2nd.
I didn't kill my wife.
Hope is what keeps him searching.
The man who killed my wife is in Miami.
Fear is what keeps him running.
His right arm was prosthetic. I had him.
Courage is what keeps him alive.
We got ourselves a manhunt.
Hidden Daily, Michael T. Williamson.
I will not stop, ever.
Neither will I. The Fugitive premieres CBS October 6th.
The NASDAQ.com halftime report. Jim, Mike, Craig, and Jerry getting you caught up on scores and highlights. That's coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report.
Well, Greg, we were talking during the break. If you just saw that last drive, and if you followed the Buccaneers last year, you can see this offense doesn't resemble what it did last year. It's got variety, it's got formation, it's got a different coordinator who's making a tremendous difference. The quarterback, new lineman, Keyshawn Johnson, and it's really proven out well so far the first three games of this quarter.
Bucks led 3-0. Jets came back to tie. Bucks lead it now 10-3 as Dramatica kicks it away. Coles and Williams, and this is Kevin Williams, 4 yards deep in the end zone. Trying to get outside, and he does to the 30, 35, bumped out of bounds at about the 40 by the kicker, Dramatica. 45-yard return, just what the Jets need. Meanwhile, Sean King to Dave Moore has given the Bucks a one-touchdown lead.
One day, everyone in the world, no matter where they live in the world, will be able to invest in any company in the world. Trading will transcend international borders, transpiring with an ease and speed and economy that can only be imagined today. Where is the technology that will take us there? Technology that will open the wonders of the internet to all, connecting every investor in the world to every wired country in the world. There is a place where this technology is now taking shape, already laying the groundwork for a vast new world of investing. NASDAQ, stock market for a digital world.
Great place. I like your neighborhood.
Thanks.
Oh,
Sorry.
Time to buy a Galant. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments till spring 2001 at Mitsubishi's Car Envy event. Good on any 2000 Mitsubishi.
Friday, October 6th, get ready for brand new faces. Welcome aboard. Brand new faces and brand new faces. Catch the season premiere of Nash Bridges, CBS, Friday, October 6th.
Warren Sapp, the man who makes the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense go, and does he ever. He said, you know, all the turmoil going on this week, he said, you know, you take Keyshawn out, it's just another game to this ball club.
Well, he had to do something different this year, or he's doing something different he didn't have to do last year, because last year the offense was 3 and out. He says now our offense is keeping the ball just like that last drive, 12 plays. I got to do some stretching to keep loose to get ready to go back out there.
Testaverde to throw. Out here, complete to Curtis Martin, and Martin down at the 43-yard line. Tackle made by Jamie Duncan, the middle linebacker, who came in to take the place of Hardy Nickerson, the longtime Bucs middle linebacker.
I think that's what you notice so much when you watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Testaverde back, he drops it off. Oh, let's get about 8 or 10. No, you won't. You're going down quick and hard by this defense. They run to the football very well. And I don't mean their speed. I mean their intent, their hustle by the whole unit. That's the reason why they have great success as a team on defense.
On 2nd and 8, Martin on the ground. Across the 45 to the 46-yard line. John Lynch, Anthony McFarland with the stop.
You know,
it'll be 3rd and 5.
We were talking to Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator, and, you know, I know they got good players, but it's always more than the players. You got to give them a scheme or a chance to excel. And the thing he really talks about, like we've seen and I've said, it's just hustling. You know, they grade those films, and the players put pressure on each other, never to loaf, never to slow down while you're chasing the ball carrier. And when you do that, you make a lot of good plays.
3rd and 5. Testaverde looking, and throws as he gets brought down. Got rid of it before he went down for the sack. Anthony McFarland was all over him.
You know, when you watch Anthony McFarland, you almost see Warren Sapp, what he was about 4 or 5 years ago. Number 92, that is, there's a good example of this Bucs defense. A defensive lineman just never gives up, doesn't give the quarterback the second chance to look down the field. Results, throw it away instead of a completion.
Carl Williams at his own 10-yard line for the punt from Tupa. Much better kick by Tupa this time. Williams going to let it bounce inside the 5. Did they get there? Was it saved? It's a touchback. Laverne is cold with a valiant attempt to save it from going into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20.
How capitalize on the potential of tomorrow's promising companies.
Many promising companies are showing signs of future success today. Growing earnings and revenue are 2 things to look for. If you're willing to assume more risk, you may see higher returns.
The Fidelity Growth Company Fund looks for companies that have above-average growth potential. See what Fidelity Money Management Excellence can do for you. Get the fact kit today. Call 1-800-FIDELITY or visit fidelity.com.
Avaya, communication without boundaries.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. Fidelity Investment and by Mitsubishi Motors. The 2001 Galant. Wake up and drive.
That's what the Bucs have done on their first 3 possessions. Look at the 83-yard drive and followed by the 80-yard drive for the touchdown. They lead at 10-3. Report from the Jet bench. Jason Ferguson is out with a sprained ankle. His return is probable. But for now, Ernie Logan has replaced him at nose tackle.
Well, the Jets have done what they've wanted, make the Bucs go a long way. The defense hasn't stopped them.
And we get a whistle before the snap. And there's a red flag out on the field from the Jet sideline.
Al Grohl threw the red flag out. I guess the buzzer's not working, so you got to get a guy that has that red flag. He might want to challenge field position. To see if the punt did go into the end zone.
Challenging the ruling on the field if the punt result was a touchback.
So we'll have a little delay while we look at a little replay. You know, this would be the 3rd straight possession that the Bucs have started at their own 20-yard line or worse, but they've scored on the last 2. Here's the play.
Lavernius Coles. Caught me by surprise there. It was so quick. Let's look at it again. I think the thing when you watch Lavernius Coles come down, watch his right foot. It's on the ground. It looks like he might have gone and jumped off his left foot, but that right foot definitely is in the end zone. The New York Jets are going to lose a timeout. Watch his right foot. See, it looks like now you think he's going to jump to try to save it. Right foot on the ground.
No wonder he got such penetration into the end zone. And Phil Luckett probably isn't going to have to need more than a look or two at this one before making a decision. But perhaps I speak too soon.
No, you didn't. Greg, this is so easy. I think you got it right.
Here's the problem that Al Groh has. Lavernius Coles probably said, I had it, Coach.
Oh, no. Coach is smarter than that. They're not going to rely on the player.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. The player stepped in the end zone, then touched the ball to bat it out. Therefore, by rule, it is a touchback. New York Jets is charged a timeout. Timeout, Jets.
So the Jets now have 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half.
No, somebody upstairs told him to review the play. That's why. Because that was quite a bit of a break between when that play happened and before Tampa Bay broke the huddle. Al Groh couldn't get the buzzer to work for it to go off, so then he had to find the red flag.
So we'll start it again. First down from the 20-yard line. This is not the quickest moving game that we've encountered all season. The sun is out. King to throw. All stop. First down and more. 35, 40, 41-yard line. 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, you can see and you can tell by how wide open these receivers are that the New York Jets are they're just bearing down and thinking about stopping the run plays. When Sean King makes the play fake, Mike Allstott comes across the formation, gets hit by a linebacker, Brian Cox, and still gets wide open on the other side.
Allstott out now, 2 tight ends for the Bucs. First down from their own 41-yard line. Dunn, and Dunn wrapped up in the backfield by James Ferrier. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Well, I know talking to Sean King on Friday, I was talking about the New York Jets defense, and he said it's pretty hard to throw against when they keep their safeties back, but he says if we start throwing some underneath passes, and run the football well, they're going to sneak up and try to stop the run and do things near the line of scrimmage. He says, then I like our chances really well. I like our wide receivers matched up against their corners on the outside. We can make some plays, which they already have today.
Keyshawn Johnson in the slot to the lower side of the field. The handoff to Dunn. Dunn puts his way to about the 44-yard line. Ernie Logan, Shane Burton converge after a 6-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 7.
That looked like Peyton Manning on that one. I kept looking at Sean King thinking he had the football, and that's the way to carry out your fake. But Ward done. Another good job. Look at the play fake by Sean King. Some of the defenders stop again, and Ward done what he does. Make some yards out of nothing. Dodge the defenders. Pick up some valuable yards. Now you got 3rd and 5 on 3rd down.
King fakes the short pass and now gives it to Dunn all alone. 1st down and more. 40, 35, 30 and out of bounds. Aaron Glenn, Victor Green put the stops on him after a 24-yard pickup, and there's a penalty marker down. And this one will come back.
Yeah, one of the linemen went downfield. This was supposed to be a screen to the tight end. Over the middle, you saw Sean King fake to the right toward Dunn. He was waiting.
Ineligible downfield on the pass, number 71. Penalty is 5 yards. Repeat, 3rd down.
Jerry Wunsch, the right tackle.
Let's just take a look at the play. Let me show you why there's an illegal lineman down the field. The tight end's going to sneak down the middle. Watch Ward Dunn go this way. Sean King is going to fake the throw out here. Nobody goes with him. They pick the tight end up going down the field, and he says, well, let me throw it back to Ward Dunn. But when he does that, it took so long, the linemen are thinking, hey, 1001, 1002, go down there and make a block. But it took a little longer than that.
Jerry Wunsch was further downfield than Warwick Dunn was. 3rd and 12.
He's got good speed.
Yeah. Oh, hit hard in the backfield is Aaron Decker by Brian Cox. And a loss of 3 on the play.
Well, Brian Cox, look at him on the outside. He's going to fake outside, and he just rips it up in there. Loves to use his hands, get in the air, try to fake out the offensive lineman. That time it works and results in a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Now, Brian Cox, been in the league 10 years, still has enough energy to make a few big plays a game.
Dedrick Ward from the 18-yard line. 35, penalty markers back upfield as he gets to midfield and is brought down by the kicker, Mark Royal. 43-yard punt, 33-yard return, but Warren Sapp is waving everybody back down to his end of the field.
Illegal block in the back, receiving team. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Well, Al Groh would like to know who it is. He's going to have to wait till the film session, or maybe halftime.
Great place. I like your neighborhood.
Thanks.
Oh,
Sorry.
Time to buy a Galant. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments till spring 2001 at Mitsubishi's Car Envy event. Good on any 2000 Mitsubishi.
It's not just a new sign. It's a new Midas. Expanded services, new genuine Midas parts, a lifetime guarantee. We're more than mufflers. We're a new way to keep a good thing going. Go Midas.
Enterprise? Hi, my car's out of commission, so I'm out of commission.
Enterprise will arrange to pick you up,
This is great.
drive you to our place, and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Only 5 days remain until one of these 4 wins the $500,000. Now, the mind games really begin.
Woman, make us food.
An all-new Big Brother, CBS Monday.
America's new top cop is on a mission to stop crime and corruption.
This goes to Washington!
He's handpicking DC's best.
You're a good cop.
That's me, sir.
After you and I get done, this place isn't going to know what hit it.
Now, nothing will stand in his way.
What time is it? Showtime.
The District. CBS Saturday, October 7th. You're watching CBS Sports, showcasing SEC and Big East college football.
Watch Tony Scott, number 27 for the Jets on the outside. And you could see the push. It wasn't big. When they throw those arms up, it usually means they're guilty.
So the Jets start from their own 9-yard line. Testaverde to throw. Outside, complete. Anthony Beck, the rookie tight end. Out to about the 14-yard line. And let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, you talk about Sean King and some of these long drives they've done. There's this other flip side. Herman Edwards, the defensive coach, said his team plays this best flat-out defensive football between 50 and 55 snaps a game. Between 60 and 70 snaps, it gets worse. They start to wear out. So this offensive grinding out by the Bucs has really helped this defense, as we've seen. Back to you.
Thanks, Armin. 5 wide receivers for the Jets, 2nd and 7. Near side, incomplete. Curtis Martin, the intended receiver. That team close to being picked. Brian Kelly was closing on the ball, and it was thrown high.
That's a long way to throw a football when you're going against a defensive back against a running back. Brian Kelly, he's sitting out there, trust me. He is not afraid of Curtis Martin coming down there and shaking loose. So he's got...
Testaverde going to throw down the sideline. It is caught across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. Dedrick Ward, and that'll be a first down for the Jets. 29 yards.
Well, when you're pressing these wide receivers in the National Football League now, if you cover them too well, what happens is, watch this. Donnie Abraham is all over Dedrick Ward. Underthrow by Testaverde. The wide receiver almost always, I think, has an advantage. He sees it, reacts before the defensive back does, and that's why you see a lot of catches like this in the league nowadays.
Dedrick Ward, his first catch of the day. The Jets with a first down at their own 43. 5 wide receivers for Testaverde to work with. Throw to the near side. It is caught and out of bounds inside the 45. Lavernius Cole. And that's a 17-yard pickup. Now, what I'd like to know, Phil, when we talk to the Jets, we expected one kind of a passing game. We come out here today and we see one entirely different.
Greg, all I can tell you is they lied to us. But that time, you look out there, it's a nice move by Cole, but Brian Kelly is all over it again. It's a perfect throw and catch by the Jets. Otherwise, Testaverde puts it down again. Brian Kelly playing tough, trying to go for the interception.
Curtis Martin, room to run up the middle to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Now, you know the one thing, Armin made a good point down on the field. The Jets throwing the football so much, keep dropping back, defensive linemen trying to get to him because they love it. They're getting blocked one-on-one up front. You make a first down or two, they're going to get tired. Now you just saw that last running play. Defensive linemen, they don't react as quick. And now when Testaverde drops back, he should get a little extra time because of the number of snaps they've had in this drive so far.
Martin, more room to run. Inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line, and that'll be a New York first down. John Lynch and Alsherman Singleton with the stop.
Well, you go all week, you show team scouts you, they say when they do this, this is going to be a toss to the right. The Jets always do it. But this time, Richie Anderson, instead of leading the sweep outside, comes across. It's a counterplay inside. It fools the Buck defense. Derek Brooks finally comes up, makes the tackle.
This drive began at the 10-yard line for the Jets. On first down, Testaverde throws. It is complete. Richie Anderson. Anderson bumps out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So we've seen long drives now on both sides of the field.
Well, I'll tell you what we're also seeing. We're seeing Vinny Testaverde being comfortable and really playing smart. Look at the touch. Over the top of a defensive lineman, Marcus Jones.
Testaverde now 7 of 14 for 92 yards. And he looks at a 2nd and 1. That's complete to Anderson for the first down at about the 12-yard line. Donnie Abraham there. The 6-yard pickup gives the Jets a first down.
You know, we came into this game today, Greg, and you know, we looked and we talked so much about the Buck defense, and it's real. We didn't overstate the case. They're very good, but we knew coming into today's game that they had never seen an offense like the New York Jets. Formations and the skill of the players, the quarterback, the running back, and the wide receivers. And we see the Jets got some new wrinkles for them, and they're having a tough time adjusting to some of them.
We come up on the 2-minute warning. 10-3 Bucks. The Jets are threatening. We'll take a timeout and come right back to Tampa after this.
What do I want the internet to be? I want it to be like Frank here. He really knows customers. Package Frank. Put him together with the internet. Now you've got something. You know, I just want doing e-business with us to be more human.
Today, Nortel Network is combining the power of the new high-performance internet with the tools your business needs to deliver stronger, more Frank-like e-business solutions.
Come together right now over me. Announcing the breakthrough in pizza technology. A pizza inside a pizza. To demonstrate how much we can pack inside Pizza Hut's new Insider, we're going to take these 4 giant sumos and pack them inside this photo booth. How cozy. How do we get it all in?
Well, we took one thin crust with 6 cheeses, sealed it with another crust, and even more cheese. And that's the amazing new Insider Pizza, all for just $9.99. Say cheese. The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut, another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
Uniroyal tires with nail guard seal most tread punctures instantly, permanently, and repeatedly. Nail guard tires, only from Uniroyal.
CBS presents the Oscar-winning crime saga that will keep you riveted.
Freeze! Police! How about some payback, big time?
Don't ever try to bribe me.
I'm not afraid of you.
The network television premiere of L.A. Confidential. CBS tonight.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nortel Network. We're building the new high-performance internet. And by the Insider Pizza, new from Pizza Hut. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
As you look at the Phil Simms yacht out on Tampa Bay, we'll remind you coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report, Jim Nance, Mike Ditka, Craig James, Jerry Glanville with scores and highlights on the NASDAQ.com halftime report.
Now, you know I'm not a boat person. One thing comes when you own a boat. It needs a lot of sun. And I just, you know, the sun and me just don't mix well.
We actually had a little pirate in us yesterday, though.
Yeah, we were on a pirate ship for a few minutes.
First down from the 12-yard line.
He fit right in.
Double tight end for the Jets. Testaverde to throw. All alone on the far side. Complete to Baxter. And Baxter is out of bounds. And the catch is not a legal one. It's incomplete. Baxter was all alone.
Boy, this play really confused the Buccaneers defense. Watch what happened. His feet come, his right foot, and, you know, I'm looking at the play. Why did Testaverde throw it so soft? If he just sees it, throws it, it's a walk-in touchdown. The Buccaneers did not have an answer to the formation. They were full completely.
2nd and 10. Chrebet in the slot. Testaverde throws for Chrebet, incomplete in the end zone. Donnie Abraham was with him, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, good judgment by Vinny Testaverde this time. Wayne Chrebet in the slot. Going to be covered by Brian Kelly, number 25. And he throws it in the only spot, Donnie Abraham, the only spot where Wayne Chrebet can catch it.
Third and 10.
Testaverde is really good pass protection now.
Just a 2 out of 6 on third down. Testaverde with time and under pressure now throws to Curtis Martin inside the 10-yard line. He'll be well short of a first down, and on will come the field goal unit. Looked like Chidi Ahanatu applying the pressure that time.
Number 9, John Hall in for the field goal.
And we're going to have a timeout called by the Tampa Bay Bucs with 1:21 to play here in the first half.
Well, that's a good job. You know, just getting ready to say something, Greg. You still got 2 timeouts. You got 1:21. Give your offense one more chance to see if they can get some points. Too many times you watch these games, coaches just let the clock run. They got all their timeouts, and they just let the last couple of minutes of the half go away, and they cheat their team out of one more possession.
You know, we've been talking so much about this Tampa Bay defense, and we talked with Monty Kiffin, and you mentioned they take a look at everything, including they do not tolerate loafing.
Yeah.
And Monty Kiffin has a list of what a loaf is. It's change of speed, not turning and going to the ball, getting passed up by another lineman, laying on the ground, and turning down a hit. Any of that can be considered a loaf in the film session on Monday morning.
And what's great, he says that it's such a big deal with the players that they're so worried about getting called out in front of the team with a loaf that it's really a tremendous motivational factor for all of them. And, Greg, you do whatever it takes.
27-yard attempt by Hall. And the kick is good. Hall is 2 out of 2. And the Jets close to 10-6 with 1:15 to play in the first half.
Every morning on his way to work, the neighborhood kids would beg him to play a little stickball. And so he would, but just a little. You see, he had to get to work by noon. His job was center fielder, and his name was Willie Mays.
When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors.
Original Coors? It's this fielder's choice.
In this country, people have certain inalienable rights. The right to customize technology at a fair price. The right to learn how to do amazing things with it. The right to a computer that's up to date. To technical support anywhere, anytime. To try out everything and buy nothing. So may it ever be. In Gateway Country, people rule. Call 1-800-GATEWAY.
Need sports equipment? Go to MVP.com. All the best gear, all the best brands, and insight to help you play your best. And right now, get free shipping when you buy any NFL or college football gear. MVP.com. Gear up for sport.
Did you know a toenail clipping can help catch a killer?
When Harry met Sally.
Follow the evidence on CSI. Premiere CBS October 6th.
The Jets go 81 yards in 12 plays. Well, between these two teams, we've seen an 80, an 81, and an 83-yard drive here this afternoon. That's Aaron Stecker, deep to receive John Hall's kick. Hall reached the end zone on his only other kickoff, and this one will make the end zone as well. Stecker will not run this one out. And the Bucs will start from their own 20-yard line again. And we'll remind you this fall on CBS. The most wanted man in America is innocent. Tim Daly and Michael T. Williamson star in The Fugitive. The chase is on, and the most talked about new drama of the season, premiering Friday, October the 6th on CBS. Like the music. Sean King has 1:15 and 2 timeouts to work with. And for the third straight time, the Bucs start at their own 20-yard line. Keyshawn Johnson, no receptions as yet. That's Keyshawn in motion, and the pitch to Johnson. And that gains about a yard.
There's
Brian
a catch.
Cox is there for the stop. That's right, that's a reception.
I noticed watching them practice on Friday, they have quite a few nice little wrinkles in for Keyshawn. This is one of them, but Brian Cox, he has seen that play about 100 times in his career. He doesn't overreact to the quarterback, makes the tackle.
King throws on the slant, it's intercepted. Victor Green. Bounced off of Chrebet Green's hands into the hands of Victor Green, his second pick of the year. It's a 17-yard return.
Well, we talked about it, and we've seen it quite a few times today. I've noticed it in games when I watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sean King has a little tendency to throw the football high. Now, you make the football just a little bit wet, a little bad technique, and it takes off, and Chrebet Green has no chance of catching this football.
Tony Dungy likes Sean King for his propensity not to turn the football over. That's his first interception of the season.
Yeah, you know, I can even see dipped underneath it just a little. When you do that, that makes your shoulder pads go up. The football is going to follow it.
42 seconds on the clock. The Jets. Testaverde throws to the near side, complete to Richie Anderson, and Anderson down at the 18-yard line. Make that Curtis Martin, a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. And timeout stops the clock with 29 seconds to play. The Jets are down to 1 timeout.
I remember being in the 9th grade. I had to give a speech in front of an entire class of seniors. Whenever I began to feel flustered, I would look over at Mrs. Grant. She motivated me to do my best work. I came out of her class with a new sense of confidence. On behalf of the NFL, I would like to thank teachers like Mrs. Grant for making all the difference.
Sean King. His pass intercepted by Victor Green. His first interception of the season. We have 29 seconds to play in the first half, and the New York Jets at the 18-yard line.
That first interception of the year for quarterbacks, they just hate it. And, you know, he should be like me. Just go out there and get it done with, like when I played right off the start. Just throw one. Okay, that's over. Let's move on.
5 wide receivers for Testaverde. Goes for the end zone. It is intercepted by the Bucs. Damian Robinson picks off the floater, steps out of bounds at the 6-yard line, and there goes the scoring threat.
Well, you said it right, Greg. The floater. I don't know if it gets away. Look at Al Grove. He knows when you look at this play, the coverage is set up to take away this play right here. Damian Robinson, when this is thrown, there's no chance. He is going to get it all the way. He's playing the outside receiver over the top. And just watch Al grow. He knows it. You got to manage the game as a quarterback a little better than that, especially a veteran quarterback like Vinny Testaverde. Don't take a chance in that situation.
Damian Robinson was the target on Detroit's successful Hail Mary last week. Here he comes up with his first interception of the season. And the last 22 seconds will roll off the clock right now. So the Jets had the chance to pull closer, maybe even grab the lead. It wasn't in the cards. And the Bucs will go to the locker room with a 4-point advantage. Let's go down to Armin Kasayan. Armin.
Coach, a tough first half, but your defense came up big in the end, like normal.
Yeah, it's been what we expected. They're a very good team. They made a couple of big plays. Curtis Martin made a long run. So we're going to have to regroup, see if we can cut down our mistakes in the second half.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Greg?
All right, Armin, our halftime score, Tampa Bay 10 and the Jets 6. Coming up, we'll be sending you off to New York for the NASDAQ.com halftime report. Jim, Craig, Mike, and Jerry getting you caught up on all the NFL news, scores, and highlights. All of that coming your way after these messages from your local station.
CBS presents Kevin Spacey, Danny DeVito, Russell Crowe, and Kim Basinger in the network television premiere of L.A. Confidential. CBS tonight. Jack goes to Russia in one of the most anticipated season premieres. CBS October 3rd. Seekers of savings can choose between low financing or a vast cash allowance on Dodge Ram. Bountiful cash allowances on Dakota may soon cease to exist.
When it comes to painting, decorating, drywall finishing, and glazing, one team gets the job done right, on time, and on budget. Union Contractors, employing union-trained craftsmen who have completed an intensive 3-year union apprentice training program. Whether it's industrial, commercial, or residential, it's the union team that gives you quality work, a safe job site, insurance, and peace of mind. To find Union Contractors, union-trained employees, or become a union member, call 1-800-656-4734.
Simple and accessible plans for everybody. That's Verizon Wireless. And right now, there's never been a better time to join in. Get a free digital phone along with 75 anytime minutes plus 1,000 night and weekend minutes for your first 12 months, all for just $19.99 monthly access. Hurry into a Verizon Wireless location near you or call 1-888-466-4646. Verizon Wireless. Join in.
The team to watch, weekends on CBS 2 Chicago.
Good afternoon, I'm David Curley with the CBS 2 Chicago halftime report. As the Bears were sacked with another loss and now 0-4, the White Sox clinched the divisional championship with a Cleveland Indians loss. This is the Sox' first divisional championship in 7 years. It came as the Sox were tied with the Twins. They ended up losing 6-5 to the Twins. Didn't stop the celebration there in Minneapolis. We'll have more on that. The big clinch by the Sox coming up on the news after the movie tonight.
Email. Sports score. Stock quotes. Get it all fast and easy with the new Ericsson R280 mobile internet phone. Available at AT&T. Ericsson.
The new Lexus IS. With a 215 horsepower VVT-i engine, E-shift transmission, and remarkably tight handling, which in recent tests easily outcornered a certain other sports sedan.
Financial planning raises a lot of questions. Am I saving enough? What's a very common household item today going to cost 20 years from now? How much insurance will I need? What if I retired at 65 and lived to be 105? OnMoney.com has simple planning and budgeting tools to tell you what you need to send the kids to college or retire in style.
Managing your whole financial life is easier when you get your money connected at OnMoney.com.
Life is what you make of it.
Lifetime.
Wasn't in the brochure.
So feel the magic.
I never thought I'd be in such a place. I was just wondering, could your leg be in another place?
Take a Roman holiday with America's funniest dysfunctional family.
Don't fight here. It's the Coliseum.
Don't miss the special one-hour season premiere. CBS Monday, October 2nd.
Jim Nance in New York coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report. All the scores and highlights. Mike, Craig, and Jerry will join me as we review Week 4 in the NFL in a moment.
Isn't it time you got to know this man?
Hi, I'm Doug. I'm a Pisces. I like walks in the rain and bags of pork rinds.
See why the King of Queens
has America busting a gut. The King of Queens.
That shirt looks sexy on you.
Does it? I hadn't noticed. Season premiere, CBS Monday, October 2nd.
The new CBS Friday will leave you breathless.
I didn't kill my wife.
The chase is on in the most anticipated new drama of the season, The Fugitive. Glenn, if you think dead men tell no tales,
Left shoe's tied differently.
think again. There is always a clue. CSI. And strap yourself in for a brand new season of NASH. 3 great dramas guaranteed to leave you breathless. The new CBS Friday premieres October 6th.
If you can't get enough pro football, then NFL Insider is the magazine for you. Open up NFL Insider. It's your all-access pass to the National Football League. NFL Insider brings you cover-to-cover football in every issue with awesome photos and exclusive stories you can't get anywhere else. It's pure football, all season long. The NFL Insider. Pick up your copy at newsstands now.
CBS Sports presentation of the NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
Hi, everybody. Jim Nance with you from our NFL Today studios in New York off Fifth Avenue. Welcome to the NASDAQ.com halftime report. Mike Ditka, Craig James, Jerry Glanville all alongside. And, Jerry, what about this battle of unbeatens down in Tampa?
Well, Keyshawn's only got 1 catch, but he had 100 interviews. Got more interviews than got catches. But you got Sean King through the only touchdown pass to tight end Daymore, right? That's a goddamn thing. But where's Curtis Martin? Curtis Martin for the Jets only has 11 rushes. Give him the ball.
You need to worry more about what you got down there instead of punching me. Get off of my material.
All right, guys, let's get everybody caught up. Kansas City and Denver out in the Mile High City, and the Broncos are in front, and thanks to their defense, they are, in fact, leading.
Hey, they're getting better, Timbo. They're getting better on defense. Ray Crockett comes up here 26 yards later. He goes in for the touchdown. And here, Elvis Gerback has got to get the ball deeper. All of his passes right now are going to the tight end underneath.
Meanwhile, Cleveland's getting trounced out at Oakland. They ride in the Raiderland 2-game win streak, but William Thomas, well, he's run one back for a touchdown.
Wheatley up the middle, and all they're going to do is pound Cleveland. Cleveland cannot stop the running game, and they're going to hit him with Wheatley and Coughlin until they fall apart.
Yeah, William Thomas with 2 picks of couch passes. One was returned 48 yards for a touchdown. Seattle leads, even though Carney's kicked 4 field goals. They've just reached halftime in San Diego. Seattle up a point. Meanwhile, Green Bay behind Favre. 200 yards in the first half. They're on to the third quarter, and they're leading 17-3 against Arizona. Early today, well, Miami's defense started again. An ugly game. Only 14 first downs in the entire game, and only 1 touchdown, Mike.
1 touchdown's all they needed. Is defense that counts. Here, Peeler hits Manuel for a touchdown. But you can't even talk about offense. When you talk about Miami, you got to talk about their defense.
And they're now 3-1.
Yeah, the story of the game at Pittsburgh. Neil O'Donnell knocked out Steve McNair, comes in off the bench, connects 3 in a row. This one here to Aaron Kinney for the touchdown and the victory.
And the
Kinney.
Yeah.
They're tight end.
The Ravens, look at them. And here's their tight end, Shannon Sharp, hauling one in. Cincinnati gets blanked for the 2nd straight week. How about the Rams, Jerry?
Wow, look at this. This is Torrey Holt, 3 catches. Best ever in the history of the league. He averaged 63 yards a catch for the ballgame.
Yeah, he went 80 yards one time. You saw it right there. Another one for 85 and a touchdown.
Here was a slobber knocker at Texas Stadium. The 49ers whipped him. Terrell Owens with the touchdown reception. He goes from the middle of the field to the start. This is the 3rd time they had a meeting. The teams came out. This was kind of a riot here at the middle. George T. comes in from behind, knocks him out. Well, I tell you what, it was ugly. No respect.
And the anemic Lions offense the first 3 weeks, well, they got on the board a few times today, Mike.
Well, they just had 1 called back, and he come back right back to Squirrel. They break the defense, and he gets 1 block. They go in. The Bears outgain him 2-1 on offense. Turn it over 5 times, they lose.
I love talking about the New Orleans Saints because I'm sitting next to the man who used to run the program. Brian Mitchell, number 30, back deep, gets the punt. Going to weave his way 72 yards for a touchdown. The 3rd touchdown the special teams have given up this year at New Orleans. What's going on down there?
Bobby April, where are you? Come out of retirement.
Mike Ditka, where are you? No. Philadelphia evens its record at 2-2 with a win down New Orleans way. Thanks for being with us on the NASDAQ.com halftime report. Second half action is coming up shortly. One more look at Sean King to Jacquez for 75 yards.
Sports presentation of the NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
Craig T. Nelson stars in The District. CBS Saturday, October 7th. Ready to fly?
with more comfort, the best service, and of course, more space between seats.
ENN. Check your local cable listings for channels. ENN. We've got pop. Your local Ford stores present a No Boundaries production. 2-9 for 60. Starring the 2000 Ford Explorer, Expedition, and Excursion as the team sent to save sport utility buyers from high interest rates. Featuring over $5,400 in interest savings on Explorer, over $8,500 in interest savings on Expedition, even a new Excursion with over $7,400 in interest savings. So don't miss 2-9 for 60. Playing only for a limited time at your local Ford store.
Award-winning beers.
Don't stop. Keep on doing what you're doing.
The season premiere of Family Law will keep you guessing to the end. CBS October 2nd.
Welcome back to Tampa, everyone. It's a 10-6 game. It has been a close game throughout, and the halftime statistics bear that out. Not much difference in total yards and turnovers, time of possession. Let's go down to Armin Kate and Al Gross coming out on the field. Armin.
Coach, you talked about being able to strike big when you had the chance, a couple of blown chances late in that first half.
Well, we got a couple that got us down the field, and that did get us the points there with the field goal. Missed an opportunity here, which you can't pass many up, but look at the second half. And what we got to think about is winning and not be afraid to lose.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right, Armin, Greg Gumbel with Phil Simms. Never let it be said Al Groh minces words.
Oh, he is. I tell you, he can get to a point in a hurry, can he? But I think he said it right about the first half. My impressions were the Jets, two big chances down there, and they blew them both. One, the pass to Fred Baxter out in the right where he caught it out of bounds, the interception, and then Sean King, too, just the first half, played with a lot of poise, made some big passes to give the Buccaneers 10 points.
And let's go back to what we said at the very beginning of the day. This is a very dominating Tampa defense, but it has not yet been tested the way a New York Jets offense has tested them so far today.
I don't think they've seen the scheme that, like the Jets, are going to throw at you. In other words, they play teams. Detroit struggled. Chicago, they're kind of a finesse team. New England was struggling on offense with their offensive line. The Jets do it all. They give you a lot of looks. They can run it with power as Curtis Martin. They protect Vinny Testaverde. They throw it down the field. So the Buccaneers have, they've answered some questions, too, with their defense by doing it, holding the Jets to 6 points.
Meanwhile, that matchup between Keyshawn Johnson and Wayne Chrebet, well, Keyshawn has 1 reception for 1 yard. Wayne Chrebet with 1 catch for 14 yards. We may still hear from them in the second half, but first half hasn't lived up to the hype as yet.
Well, I don't think we were ever led to believe that Keyshawn Johnson, by the Buccaneers staff or by him, that he was going to have a big day today.
Aaron Stecker from the goal line. The 20, the 25, the 30, and brought down at about the 34-yard line. Excellent return of 35 yards by the first-year free agent out of Western Illinois. And Sean King set to go back to work.
The one thing I really like what the Buccaneers did in the first half on first down, they have been a very heavy run football team. Al Groh says they lead the league in first down runs. So they came out in the first half, they had a few play actions, and they made big plays to open receivers down the field. So I would think you'd come out and try it a couple more times somewhere here in the second half.
Lions turning to the 35-yard line. Done. To about the 37. Ernie Logan with the stop along with Victor Green. You know, we're talking about, Keyshawn Johnson with 1 catch and Wayne Chrebet with 1 catch. Well, where are all these receiving yards coming from? In the first half, Jacquez Green chalked up 75, and Lavernius Coles led the Jets with 34. King looking at a 2nd and 8. Done again. Breaks across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. Marvin Jones putting the stop on him there after a 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 3.
You know what I noticed too, Greg, just the first half, well played for a football where it rained so hard during warm-up, tough on the players. I know the footballs probably had to be wet, some slipping, things like that, but overall, a lot of good things by both teams, and also both of them doing a good job to counter what the other team is trying to do, not getting fooled too much, not giving up those plays that lead to a lot of points, and we'll see who sacks first in the second half.
From the shotgun on 3rd and 3, King. All kinds of time, and now throws incomplete, in and out of the hands of Warwick Dunn. It would have been more than enough for a first down. Instead, the Bucs will have to kick it away.
Incomplete. 4th down 3.
Good job by Sean King finding the right guy, but again, well, Warwick Dunn, it's a perfect throw. Just doesn't turn himself around quick enough to make the catch. Trying to catch it on the run instead of just turning, make the catch, and get the first down.
Dedrick Ward is back for the punt. Tampa Bay now just 1 out of 5 in 3rd down. But they lead 10-6. Ward from the 7. Nothing but Bucs in front of him. And he's down at the 13-yard line. Dexter Jackson, first man down the field, 52-yard punt, and just an 8-yard return.
Pay too much for airfare, and there's nothing left for the vacation. Fly Southwest coast to coast for $99 or less one way. Available only at southwest.com. Purchased by September 28th and travel by January 7th.
You are now free to move about the country.
It has been completely redesigned, so it is more powerful, safer, quieter, and more spacious. With ultra-low emissions and improved fuel economy. Introducing the all-new Civic from Honda. Amazing, but true.
Why can't they park in the garage like everyone else?
Walking around on your feet, you're on those 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life you're standing on your feet here at work. You need to be comfortable.
With Wolverine DuraShocks, comfort is a guarantee. It's your concert hall. It's your car. Keep it going with Midas. New services, more parts, a lifetime guarantee. We're more than mufflers. Go Midas.
If you were the only person on Earth who knew you were innocent, how far would you go to prove it?
I didn't kill my wife!
The Fugitive premieres CBS Friday, October 6th.
Complete with pirate ship. This is Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, the site of Birdie. Fake to the left, throws to the right, and Richie Anderson out to the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
You know, it's interesting, Greg, that's a little fake the screen one-way turn and throw it the other way, and watch who comes out and is trying to lead the screen with the block. Kevin Lawai, number 68. It's so unusual. We heard it from Warren Sept saying, hey, this guy is the best center in the league. He's lost about 15 pounds from last year. He's a little quicker, but he leads the running play sometimes on sweeps. And as you saw, he can get out there and lead the screen plays on the outside, too.
Pass out into the flat is incomplete. Curtis Martin was looking one way. The ball went the other, and it'll be 3rd and 4.
Well, it's just a good job. Throw the football away when there's no play to be made, and just timing. Watch here. John Lynch just times the snap of the quarterback. He blitzes. No, he didn't get there, but Testaverde saw him. That's why he threw the football away. And blitzing for a safety, it's about timing with the quarterback snap. And John Lynch, being an ex-quarterback, does it very well.
Played a couple years as quarterback at Stanford and 2 years at safety. 3rd and 4. Testaverde going to try over the top. Incomplete, intended for Wayne Chrebet. Lynch came over to help out as Rondé Barber was almost stride for stride with Chrebet.
Well, John Lynch this time. Look, if Testaverde gets it out there about another 2 or 3 yards, John Lynch came across a little too shallow and just gets his hand on it along with Rondé Barber, but Wayne Chrebet is behind him, and it's going to be a big play, slightly underthrown.
Carl Williams standing at about his own 34-yard line. Penalty marker is down. Williams looking for room to run and can't find any, and he's down at about the 33, and another penalty is down. Penalty marker down on the far side of the field.
Well, Chris Hayes, the special teams player for the New York Jets, he was blocked in the back on the way down. That's the first flag. I'm not sure what the second one was. I can only do one at a time. I can't do it all.
You're a one penalty marker guy.
You know, I always say, Greg, you know, when you're home and you go, how can there always be so many penalties on special teams? And I said this last year. I had an official tell me that he says, you got to remember, it's so easy to see them. The players think because they're running down the field that maybe somebody doesn't see them. They're so spread out. He says the infractions are like, boy, you can spot them right away. And I go, of course, that makes sense. You know, you don't have all your teammates around you to camouflage maybe getting away with a hold.
There were 2 fouls on the receiving team. Illegal block in the back. Receiving team will be declined. Holding receiving team number 20 is accepted. 10 yards. First down.
Donnie Abraham.
The upshot is it was against the receiving team. 10-6, Bucks.
Hi.
Ready?
So did you want to take my car?
What do you mean?
Introducing the all-new Civic Coupe from Honda. Amazing, but true.
Hey, Steve. Call me Miller Lite. Call me Miller Lite. Call me Miller Lite. Call me Miller Lite. Talk to the remote. Hey, Peanut.
Grab the unbreakable plastic bottle from Miller Lite.
Such a klutz.
I'm Dan.
It's Miller time.
I'm okay.
Today we're talking about desktops. This is the IBM NetVista X40. It's all in one. It takes up 75% less space than other desktops. It's got an Intel Pentium 3 processor. It's very cool. This is a desktop from another company. It's big, and it's big. If you want the NetVista, go to IBM.com and buy it direct. If you want the big one, go somewhere else, like a big store somewhere.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. The all-new Honda Civic, amazing but true. And by IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level.
We're talking with Jets coach Al Groh last night, who made note of the fact that the Bucs have started more possessions in plus territory than any other team in the league. In that regard, the Jets have done a good job as far as field position goes, but the Bucs have put together a couple of long drives in response. They start from their own 24. King, play action, throws this side. It is intercepted. Pass was intended for Keyshawn Johnson, and Aaron Glenn picked it off.
Wow, so many good things for the New York Jets. They guessed right. They blitz, pressure the quarterback. They do that. Marvin Jones, the linebackers, they get inside, watch them. Sean King has to throw the football before he's ready. And when you make a quarterback anticipate a lot, what happens is you don't get that good look at the defense. Watch Aaron Glenn come off of his receiver and intercept the overthrown pass. Well, you ought to be excited. You guessed right. Your defense executed. That's why he got the turnover.
The word on Sean King is that he doesn't turn the football over. He now has 2 interceptions in the last 3 passes he's thrown. First down, Jets at the Tampa Bay 42. Curtis Martin to the 40, inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line, and let's check in with Jim Nance in New York.
All right, Greg, Kansas City was down 12 when Elvis Gerbach hooked up with Tony Gonzalez for the 8th time today. Gonzalez over 100 yards receiving. Chiefs are back in at third quarter Mile High. Let's go back now to Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim, thanks. A pick up a 4 on that last run. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Jets.
Now, that was that fake sweep left, let's go back right, and didn't fool the Bucs defense, but Curtis Martin broke about 4 tackles to pick up the yardage.
Fred Baxter is in motion. Testaverde to throw. Has time. The throw is incomplete.
Testaverde's pass intended for number 89, Caesar Ward. Incomplete. 3rd down 6 at the 38.
Testaverde has been throwing the ball much more than the Jets have been running it.
Well, I kind of like their game plan. It's, you know, the scheme looks good. They haven't quite executed some of the underneath throws, which I thought they would do a little better at. But because of the repetition, 24 passes, the offensive line has done a good job blocking the defensive line in passing situations.
3rd and 6. Testaverde straight up the middle. Brought down, loose football. Jets appear to fall on it, but it'll be 4th down. Ryan Young fell on the loose ball.
Well, that's what's different with this Buccaneer defense. You turn the football over on your side, short field to work with for the other team's offense. Rondé Barber, wow, just out of nowhere comes up, makes the tackle, but they're so good they can come out and stop you from even getting close enough to even get a field goal try.
Tom Tupa will now try to pin the Bucs deep in their own territory. And now Tupa up behind the center, calling signals.
Tupa's a quarterback in college and even in the pros. Oh, that was contact.
Well, let's see. Now penalty markers fly. Chidi Ahanatu was the one who jumped.
Now, I know the New York Jets, they run a lot of trick plays out of that formation. And the name for it is, they call it a wrap-a-hole. And I'll tell you what it means in a minute.
Prior to snap, ball start, offense number 7. 5-yard penalty remains, 4th down.
They've called that against Tupa.
Well, I don't know what he could have done. One of a couple things. He could have moved, or he could have jerked his head
like that.
Well, I guess that's what they're calling, but that was nothing out of the ordinary. But a wrap-a-hole, Greg. You ready?
Yeah.
A run, A-R, a run, a pass, a hit on the enemy. Got that? Clever stuff.
Very good.
Okay. So I have to write it out for you.
Yes, you do. This time, Tupa will kick it. Carl Williams standing at his own 10. Tupa aims for the sideline. Didn't do a very good job of aiming for the sideline. Hit dead center in the end zone. 44-yard punt. Once again, the Bucs will start from their own 20-yard line.
Trouble? It's Miller from Risk Management. He's in distress.
Miller. Monty, what's our capacity?
Well, headroom 38.5 inches. Legroom 42.1 inches. And, of course, shoulder room.
Mister, I need hip room.
Front seat or rear seat?
Rear seat.
A full 54.1 inches, sir.
That's more than enough. Got room for one more? Climb aboard, Miller.
It's easy to get carried away. The Accord from Honda.
I'm not going to let my retirement growth potential get lost in the excitement of a new job.
These days, people are likely to change jobs 7 or 8 times. Unfortunately, many job changers don't take control of their 401ks and actively manage those assets.
Fidelity's Rollover Express, now online, is an easy way to take charge of your retirement plan savings with access to investment choices and funds with a history of solid performance. Just call 1-800-FIDELITY or visit fidelity.com.
It's midnight in Las Vegas, and for crime scene investigator Gil Grissom, it's time to go to work.
We'll find him, son. There is always a clue.
To do his job, he has to be part scientist,
Concentrate on what cannot lie. The evidence.
part detective.
I have a warrant for your toenails. Come again?
And a little out there.
Is there a grasshopper in here?
So what makes his team of investigators the best?
So many reasons.
William Peterson in CSI. Premiere CBS October 6th.
CBS Sports, the exclusive home of the NCAA Basketball Championship.
Tonight on CBS, how did Baku in the former Soviet Union get to be an American boomtown? It's the oil. Find oil and you'll find American oil men tonight on 60 Minutes. And then Kevin Spacey, Kim Basinger, Russell Crowe lead an all-star cast in the Oscar-winning crime saga that will keep you riveted. Don't miss the network premiere of L.A. Confidential. It's all tonight on CBS. On first down, Allstott straight ahead to the 22 before Ernie Logan made the stop. He's on second and 8.
You know, Greg, something we haven't talked about today, and you look at this Buccaneer defense, and it's, you know, we always focus on quarterback, wide receiver, Les Steckel, the new offensive coordinator, but one of the big things you see that's really changed it, I'm talking about the Buccaneer offense, is the center, Jeff Christie, and Randall McDaniel guard. They've really given us stability inside, pass protection, and they're actually doing a better job running the ball inside, I think, this year.
Allstott trying to bounce to the outside. He dropped at close to the 25-yard line by Marvin Jones and Marcus Coleman. It'll be 3rd and 5. Well, Warren Sept, when we talked about him, he said, you know, Christie and Randall McDaniel have solidified our offense. Keyshawn Johnson complements it, but Christie and McDaniel solidify it.
Well, for the skilled people to excel, you always got to give them time and give them a chance to. An offensive lineman, that's what they do. And this is a pretty strong offensive line the Buccaneers have put together.
3rd and 5. King throws over the middle. That's complete to Dave Moore for a first down. Dave Moore, whose first NFL reception was a 10-yard catch from Vinny Testaverde. He's the only remaining Buck here from Vinny Testaverde's days.
Watch him fake it. He's going to delay. They're going to fake the pass. The work done. They did it in the first half. It didn't work. Look at that. Then he just ambles over the middle. Called a tight end delay, a tight end screen, whatever you want to call it. The Jets have already seen it one time. They don't react to it well the second time.
From the umpire's hat, Bob Wagner.
Yeah, you see, he reacted very well to it.
Mike Allstott across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
But, you know, that last play, that's an important play. Nice design. It took all the pressure off the quarterback, all the players. They said, okay, here it is. Sean, drop back, make a fake, and we're going to get the tight end wide open over the middle. Now, it happened. They pick up a first down. Now they can change field position. Your offense can get in some rhythm, and you start to get the defense to start to guessing what you're going to do.
Allstott again. Penalty markers fly as he dives to the 40-yard line. And this is going to go back against Tampa Bay. So look at
holding offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty repeat. Second down.
the center, Jeff Christie.
Oh, Bill just barked that out at us, didn't he?
Well, one thing you know, these Bucks have the luxury, when they feel they have to, of just handing the ball off to a couple of quality backs.
Well, they can do that for Greg. They can do it for a reason. One, they're good at it, but also they're really never in a position where they got to come from behind or they got to hurry up the pace of the game. Just like now, 10-6. Okay, if we don't get a first down, let's punt it. Let our defense do its work.
Done. Hit at about the 27-yard line. Victor Green coming up from his safety position to administer the hit. It'll be 3rd and 14.
Well, the one thing that's probably been a little surprising so far today, the Jets being aggressive up front. Look at all the people going to the football, and look, there's Victor Green. He's a safety up there near the line of scrimmage. I thought the Jets would kind of hang back, try not to give up the big plays today in the passing game to the play actions all day long, but even though they were burned early, they remained aggressive, and they're challenging the Buccaneers.
Keyshawn Johnson has been averaging more than 21 yards a catch on 3rd down plays. Let's see if he figures here. Sean King pulls it down, and he's going to run to the 35, brought down at about the 37-yard line. He'll be short of a first down. A pickup of 9 on the play. Bucs wide receivers have made just 3 catches so far today.
4th down 5.
You know, I remember last year we came down here, and what did Riddell Anthony tell us? He goes, oh, I know as a wide receiver, we're not going to catch any passes. But that has changed. They expect a few more passes in games now, but the Jets doing a good job against them today.
Dedrick Ward back at his own 20-yard line. Nice kick by Mark Royal. From the 7 to the 20. And down at about the 23-yard line. 5:24 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Bucs lead it by 4.
Coach Seifert, did you know that Staples offers more than just office supplies? They also have a copy center.
I enjoy the uniqueness of the variety.
Look, I made these George Seifert business cards, laminated this George Seifert photo and autograph, all at the Staples Copy Center.
Not many.
I even made copies of your Sunday secret game plan.
I'm concerned about that.
You know me? Probably not. In my daily life, I like to be recognized. When I shop on the internet, I prefer a little privacy, which is why I use the American Express card. With private payments, I get the security of a unique number created for each purchase I make. It's just one of the ways American Express helps me protect my identity online. And soon they'll even help me surf the net anonymously, giving me the recognition I'm looking for. None. American Express. Don't leave home pages without it.
Monty, set coordinates for track 5.
Aye, aye.
Good idea.
Sir, Interstate 13 is now in range.
Affirmative, I-13 it is. If it were me, I'd take the Egan Expressway.
On my bicycle shop.
Show 'em what a VTEC engine can do.
VTEC power. Steady. Steady.
All right, people, let's take her home.
It's easy to get carried away. The Accord Coupe from Honda.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by American Express. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. And by Staples. Staples has everything you need for your business at guaranteed low prices.
Welcome back to Tampa. The big question in New York, once Keyshawn Johnson departed, who's going to catch the passes from Vinny Testaverde today? It's been 6 different receivers, including the rookie Anthony Beck's first NFL reception. There is the mouth that has roared all week long, Keyshawn Johnson. First down, Jets 23-yard line. Their 3rd possession this half. They have yet to register a first down. Testaverde throws, and that's complete to tight end Fred Baxter out over the 25 to about the 28-yard line.
Number 84, Fred Baxter. Brought down to the 21, Johnny Abraham. Gain of 5. Second down 5, 28.
Monty Kiffin, you just saw a shot of him on the sideline, telling us yesterday that he is so proud of the chemistry that his defense has. You know, a lot of chemistry. That's what we have going for us. Got a lot of really good players going for them, too. Chrebet in motion. Testaverde to throw. And overthrows Baxter incomplete.
Testaverde pass
And let's check in with Armin Kate. And Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, Tony Dungy told us one of the greatest influences on his life was former Pittsburgh coach Chuck Noll, who said the best way and one of the best things he learned from Noll was in order to build a winning team, the fastest way to do it is with speed and explosiveness on defense. He said it's difficult to reproduce in practice and even harder to handle in the games, as we're seeing right now. It's a pretty strong statement. Back to you.
All right, Armin. 5 wide receivers for the Jets. Testaverde over the middle has Dedrick Ward, and it's a first down. Good job by Testaverde standing in under the pressure.
Yeah, that's what he did, Greg. He did not panic inside the pocket. He just shuffled around. I want you to watch the pass protection up front. Look, Warren Sapp, a lot of movement coming around. Jason Fabini does a good job of staying with him, getting him out of the way, and look at Dedrick Ward. 5 receivers down the field. You give the quarterback that extra step. He moves. Somebody's going to get wide open.
So in this, their third possession of the second half, the Jets get a first down for the first time since the second half kickoff. Testaverde throws out here, intercepted, and it's a touchdown. Rondé Barber. He returned a fumble 24 yards against the Bears. He returned this interception 37 yards for the touchdown.
Well, that was the play we talked about in the first half, where the Jets were going to fake the sweep one-way counter. They've done it twice. That was the pass off of it, but Rondé Barber, all over the receiver, not even looking at Testaverde, just reacts to the throw.
Dramatica's extra point is good. 3:47 to play in the third quarter, and the Bucs have jumped to a 17-6 lead.
Do you think you're making a difference? We do. Since you started talking to your children about drinking, teenage drinking is down 45%. To all parents who are making a difference, thank you.
Know how to spot a die-hard battery owner? Look for their jumper cables. Die-hard, 30 years of starting power. How much do you trust your battery?
There's only one leading 10W30 motor oil that provides maximum protection against thermal breakdown. And it doesn't come in a yellow bottle. Castrol GTX. Drive hard.
Need sports equipment? Go to MVP.com. All the best gear, all the best brands, and insight to help you play your best. And right now, get free shipping when you buy any NFL or college football gear. MVP.com. Gear up for sport.
The critics are saying yes to Yes Dear.
See that? Immediate submission. That's how Mommy got Daddy to marry her.
It's half mad about you, half Roseanne.
How'd you guys do?
Well, we lost, but those guys must play ball in school. They were amazing.
Yeah, and rough.
Nice game, guys.
Yes Dear. Premiere CBS Monday, October 2nd, right after The King of Queens.
The Bucs faithful set on fire by Rondé Barber. 37-yard return for the touchdown. In fact, turnovers have served Tampa Bay very well this season so far, don't you think?
Well, when you got a really good defense, that's going to be common with most teams.
Kevin Williams, 2 yards deep in the end zone. Up the near sideline, breaks through the first wave of tacklers, and is brought down at the 22-yard line by Dexter Jackson. Let's go back to the pick.
Now, the Jets have run this play twice. It was a run and play. Watch. Dedrick Ward's going to fake like he's going inside the block, come back to receive the pass. But Rondé Barber, when he releases inside, it brings his eyes to the quarterback. He sees Testaverde makes a play fake. He makes the interception, and there you go. Monty Kiffin.
So that's my guy.
Well, Al Groh knows the one thing you can't do when you come down here and you play this team in this stadium, you just can't give them points like that. You got to play a little safe and conservative at times so it doesn't blow up on you.
Curtis Martin from the 22-yard line across the 25 to the 28. Lynch and Singleton converging along with Jamie Duncan.
See, what happens with the Tampa Bay, this team, when you fall behind them, then it gets to where the clock becomes any type of a factor at all, and you press just a little bit, then it just goes out of control. Then they really take advantage of you.
You mentioned it during the timeout. How about those Barber brothers and how they're performing so far this young season? T.T. Barber with the New York Giants. 2nd and 4. Martin. Little or no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4.
So you can just watch, you're sitting at home. It's this defense, go for the kill. They're trying to, the emotions are high. You just get a turnover. Just like an offense, when it gets down near the goal line, try to score to put a team away. That's what the defense is doing.
What did John Lynch tell us yesterday? We're concerned about finishing the Jets off. Teams have had them down but couldn't finish. Testaverde, incomplete. Had Dedrick Ward or make that Anthony Beck open.
Wide open. Nobody around the receiver. Testaverde seemed to be a little confused on what he was going to do and doesn't even get close to throwing a completion.
Since the interception late in the first half, Testaverde is now 3 for his last 10 with 2 interceptions. Carl Williams deep for the punt from Tupa. From the 16. Across the 30 to about the 31-yard line, James Ferrier with the tackle after a 15-yard return. This fall on CBS, meet the men and women of crime scene investigation. If you're a victim of crime, they're your best hope for justice. William Peterson and Marg Helgenberger star in a side of crime solving you've never seen. CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, premieres Friday, October the 6th after The Fugitive on CBS. Little better field position for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They start from their own 31-yard line on this drive. We are just under 2 minutes to play for the third quarter. To the ground game, Allstott. And Allstott to the 34.
I have to chuckle just a little bit. Now, you watch that play. It's pretty ugly. He runs in there, you think, okay, 2nd and 9, and I look up. By the time he gets done rumbling forward and hitting people, let's see from the ump cam, he picks up 3 yards. And 3 yards is a good run on first down, especially in a situation like this. Mike Allstott can move the pile for an extra yard or 2 almost every single time.
This time the fake to Allstott. King going to throw deep. It is incomplete. Overthrowing Jaquez Green.
Well, I tell you, that is being cool back there. That time, that play was set up to throw for about a 5 or 6 yard completion outside to Keyshawn Johnson. He loads up, is going to throw it. He's covered. He reloads, takes his time, and makes a beautiful throw down the field. I think one of the best balls he's thrown all day. But Jaquez Green cannot come up with the catch.
Showed us a little arm strength.
Yes, he did. He's about as relaxed of a thrower as I've ever seen in the National Football League. You watch him at practice, never gets upset at anything and just stays relaxed and lets the ball go.
Little screen this side, done. 40. Dragged down, but not before he picks up the first down. John Abraham, the quick rookie linebacker, caught up with him, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down for Tampa Bay.
Boy, on third downs, Tampa Bay is taking advantage of the Jets. They're trying to get to the quarterback, and this is the second time we've seen them throw a little screen to somebody that's taking their time.
And it's a big one. First down from the 45. And we get a whistle that stops the clock with 42 seconds to play. Get is perhaps they didn't start the clock on the last play. Here's Phil Luckett.
Please reset the clock to 29 seconds, 29 seconds, and we will wind it.
That was it. So 29 seconds to play in the quarter, and now the clock starts. On first down, King on the blitz by Mo Lewis is caught behind the line of scrimmage. First sack of the day for the New York Jet defense.
Got to be a mistake by the Buccaneers. Anytime a linebacker comes on a blitz, not picked up, somebody just missed an assignment.
Loss of 6, it'll be 2nd and 16, and that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. These last 2 seconds run down, and that is the end of the third quarter with the score, Tampa Bay 17, the New York Jets 6. We'll come back for the fourth quarter after this message and a word from your local station. You are watching the NFL on CBS.
How did Baku in the former Soviet Union get to be an American boomtown? It's the oil, stupid. Find oil, and you'll find American oil men. 60 Minutes, tonight.
Kevin James is the King of Queens. Season premiere, CBS Monday, October 2nd.
Simple and accessible plans for everybody. That's Verizon Wireless. And right now, there's never been a better time to join in. Get a free digital phone along with 75 anytime minutes plus 1,000 night and weekend minutes for your first 12 months, all for just $19.99 monthly access. Hurry into a Verizon Wireless location near you or call 1-888-466-4646. Verizon Wireless. Join in.
Menards is the ideal place to save on garage doors. Insulated steel-raised panel doors are dent-resistant with a baked-on enamel finish for a lifetime of good looks. White 9-by-7-foot doors are on sale, $199. Get super quiet operation and a lifetime warranty with its Genie half-horsepower screw-drive garage door opener. With 2 remotes on sale, $169. Open the door to saving at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Pay your last respects to the best ever cash allowance on Dodge Caravan. Or seek savings in a cash allowance with a very small interest rate.
Bears Extra, tonight after the late news on CBS 2 Chicago.
(17-6) as we start the fourth quarter. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, and our ace CBS Sports crew. We hope you're enjoying it. From Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. 2nd and 16 for Sean King and the Buccaneers. King, right down the middle, incomplete. Keyshawn Johnson was in the vicinity. It'll be 3rd and 16.
Oh, you know, now listen, this is when receivers come back to the huddle and go, oh, come on, watch Keyshawn Johnson on the outside. Cleared out by Jaquez Green, and there is nobody around him. The ball just overthrown, and Keyshawn goes, is that to me? Boy, nice design, and he is, that was going to be a 30, 35-yard gain easily.
One catch for 1 yard, and that was a shovel pass. And now we get a timeout on the field. Sean King comes walking over to the sideline, stopping the clock with 14:54 to play in regulation.
Our flight's delayed.
Oh, come on. Collect.
Joe, hey, kid. Dial 1-800-COLLECT and you'll save Mom at least $1 or $2.
Save $1 or $2?
Oh, she'll love that. Only if she likes saving money. Don't forget.
Forget? For a collect call, dial 1-800-COLLECT.
I have 5 words for you.
You're cute. You're coming with us.
What's going on? Wow! Let's ride.
1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
Most people wouldn't want to ask their boss for money to wreck cars with. But I did. What we learned is invaluable. Our goal is to make a repaired car as safe as it was before. No other insurance company bothers to do this. But for our customers, it's money well spent. You're in good hands with Allstate. Mine.
Presenting the best minivan ever. The only one available with power sliding doors and a power hatch. Nothing else is remotely like it. The all-new Dodge Grand Caravan. Different.
CBS presents Kevin Spacey, Danny DeVito, Russell Crowe, and Kim Basinger in the network television premiere of L.A. Confidential, CBS tonight.
Let's take a look at who has been catching the football for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jacquez Green with that one reception for 75 yards. And way down there at the bottom, you know it's going to be a topic of conversation in the morning. Keyshawn, one catch so far for 1 yard. This is 3rd and 16. The Bucs need to reach the 45-yard line of the Jets. King from the shotgun. Under pressure, steps inside, and is on the run now and throws it away. John Abraham was chasing and almost caught him.
Well, when John Abraham is chasing you, you're going to lose that race. Number 94 is about as fast of a linebacker or a pass rusher that there is in the National Football League, and he has had an impact so far this year with some big sacks, helping on special teams, and late in the game, Al Gross says in the 4th quarter, he is a difference maker when it comes to rushing the passer.
Royals to kick it away. Dedrick Ward at his own 15-yard line. And this one is out of bounds. And we have a marker on the far side of the field.
I don't think the ball ever went out of bounds. It landed inbounds and then rolled down inside the 5. Now was one of the gunners on the outside blocked and stayed out of bounds, or was he blocked once he got outside?
The ball did stay in bounds.
There's Brian Kelly running down out of bounds. You know, once you get blocked out of bounds, as a gunner on the outside chasing down the punt returner, you must try to get back inside the field of play as fast as possible.
It may have been Brian Kelly just trotting up on the other side of the outside line.
There's 25. Well, he's in bounds right there. Oh, so yeah, he comes back in. Nope.
Although that flag was thrown pretty quickly.
Doesn't touch the football. Will the Jets say re-kick it?
62 player voluntarily going out of bounds. Number 25. That's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat. 4th down.
That's what it was.
Well, the penalty is he went out of bounds without being blocked out.
So Royals will be made to kick it again by the Jets.
That's a big play. And that is The football is going to be on about the 4-yard line now. Royals, who just had a terrific punt, will have to do it over again.
Still plenty of time remaining. 14:33 in the fourth quarter. Well, Mark Royals, if you're Mark Royals, you hate to see a 57-yard punt taken off the stat sheet. Ward improves his position by 5 yards. And Royals booms another one. Fair catch called for. And out of bounds. Ward goes at about the 20-yard line. This is a 46-yarder, but field position definitely favoring the Jets.
We began anew with new easy-out rolling captain's chairs, new 3-zone climate control, new power sliding doors, new power hatch, new brighter headlamps, new Dodge Grand Caravan, the best minivan ever. And did we mention it's new? The all-new Dodge Grand Caravan. Different.
What the hell is going on in this city?
To win the war on crime.
Put up everything. Auto theft, rapes, burglaries, murders.
First, you have to believe you can.
We're going to make this city livable for all of its citizens.
Police Chief Jack Mannion is about to change the face of crime fighting forever.
I think together, we can make this the finest police force in the country.
Craig T. Nelson.
We are talking about people's lives.
The District premieres CBS Saturday, October 7th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular. And by Dodge. In a perfect world, everything would be different.
We welcome you back to Tampa. Tony Dungy looking on as the Jets take over, first down at their own 20-yard line. The Bucs 17 and the Jets 6. Testaverde comes out with 4 wide receivers to start things off. The give is to Martin. Martin to the 25. Will pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Vinny Testaverde, last year, opening day, torn Achilles tendon, missed the season. You see his numbers from the first half to the second. And as you mentioned earlier, Phil, he said he feels he's improving more every week, but there's no question there's still some rust from having missed an entire year.
I didn't think he'd come in here today and throw up great stats because of his defense. But the one thing surprised me about the Jet offense, they have protected him much better than I thought they would.
On the blitz, Martin up the middle, first down across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Boy, Tampa Bay, both plays coming with 2 linebackers. The good thing the Jets were not passing the football. They would not have been able to pick it up. The draw plays each time, get them a first down. And that's important. Make the defense play both sides. Make them play run and pass. If you start playing just pass, if the Jets do, then you'd have to think sooner or later the pass rush will get to the quarterback.
Jets register only their second first down of the second half. They need a throw. That is incomplete, intended for Wayne Chrebet. And that one thrown a little bit behind him. It's been a tough day for Vinny.
Well, it has just a little bit. His timing is off. Not as comfortable as I think he should be in the pocket. This time just lays the football up too easy. Bad read, or leads Wayne Chrebet just a little too much. But a bad read on this play. Should have seen the safety. And then every once in a while, you think you can get it past the defensive back. You throw it, and it's too late to realize that it's not going to make it.
2nd and 10. He has time. He hits Curtis Martin in the flat. 40, 45, knocked down at about the 47-yard line. John Lynch, after a 14-yard pickup. The two-time Pro Bowler, boy, is he a hard hitter?
Well, watch number 47 when you think of really big hitters from the secondary, you think they're going to be out of control because to get big hits, you got to go flying towards the target. But John Lynch, for some reason, gathers himself just well enough to get in position to really make solid tackles.
Jets were fortunate that ball came loose. John Lynch telling us yesterday he was drafted to play nickel linebacker, and Tony Dungy gave him a shot at playing safety.
He might have led with his helmet, too, on the tackle.
Testaverde throws far side, incomplete, almost intercepted. Rondé Barber all over that one, the pass intended for Lavernius Bowles.
Well, I remember I talked to Vinny Testaverde last night, Greg, and we talked about how he was feeling better. And he said during the week, I was really getting my weight from my back foot over to my front. It was really changing the direction of my passes very well. This time, kind of falling sideways. I've noticed a few times when he throws it bad, he even said that's what he was doing before. He throws it and kind of falls backwards instead of going towards the target when he lets it go.
14 of 32 today. Testaverde has 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 10. No problem with time, but underthrown and intercepted over the middle. Jamie Duncan.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you cannot make the mistake of think you're going to go down the middle of the field because the safeties go out to the sidelines. Why you can't go down the middle? Watch when you see this play. The linebackers for the Buccaneers. Watch the linebackers. Watch how deep they get. Look, they just keep retreating. Jamie Duncan is 20-some yards deep when he makes the interception. That is why you can't go down the field. There are receivers for the New York Jets open underneath who are going to get 8, 10 yards easily. When you take the chances against this defense, most of the time you lose.
41-yard line. Warwick Dunn bouncing to the outside. 45 out of bounds at midfield. Three turnovers today matches the turnovers in the first 3 games of the season. Ray Lucas warming up. And there's no question the Jets need an offensive spark. And you know, coming in here, there is no one who wanted to play well in front of the Tampa fans more than Vinny Testaverde.
Well, I think he came in the game relaxed. I think he, well, I know. Just by seeing his face and the tone of his voice and everything, very confident about going against a very good defense. Again, as I said, Greg, he had good protection, as good as you could ever hope to get when you play this defense here in this stadium. Oh, Victor Green.
Allstock driven back to the 45-yard line by number 21, and it'll be 4th down.
Boy, Victor Green has really had a terrific day playing against the pass, making tackles, but up near the line of scrimmage, he has made a lot of big tackles. Mike also, he just takes him right down. Solid hit. Again, safeties, when they come up, if you time it right, they're not accounted for in the blocking scheme. They can get through there and make tackles.
Ward has spent half the day standing at his own 10-yard line. Ward calls for the fair catch, lets it bounce, and it bounces into the end zone. So the ball will be on the 20-yard line, and when we come back, it appears Vinny Testaverde will still be the New York Jets quarterback.
It's so different. It's the best minivan ever. With the first power hatch ever in a minivan. The first 3-zone climate control ever in a minivan. The first movable center console with power outlets and more. But even with all that's different, there's one thing we'll never change. The all-new Dodge Grand Caravan. Different.
First of all, I'm not denying that I used cellular. It was a very experimental time. Someone passed it to me, I put it to my ear, but I did not talk, I only listened. Even then, all I heard was static. But I have been free and clear ever since. I even chose long distance so I could reach out to young people across the nation and warn them of even casual cellular use.
The new Sprint PCS free and clear plan, $29.99 for 500 minutes, all with nationwide long distance.
Introducing 360 degrees of delicious. The new KFC Twister. 2 crispy strips, fresh lettuce, tomato, and a peppery sauce and a warm tortilla. Try the Twister for just $1.99, and today the drink's free.
It's not just a new sign. It's a new Midas. Expanded services, new genuine Midas parts, a lifetime guarantee. We're more than mufflers. We're a new way to keep a good thing going. Go Midas.
In one of the most anticipated premieres of the season, Jag goes to Russia. 2 secrets are uncovered.
Listen to me.
One could reignite the Cold War.
I am Jack to what? To everything.
The other will shake harm to his very core.
What do you know about my father?
It's the season premiere of the #1 action drama, Jag, CBS October 3rd.
Just as we went to commercial, Vinny Testaverde was headed toward the field and was called back and told that Ray Lucas is going to come on as quarterback for the New York Jets here with 10:01 to play in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's a pretty bold move, I think, by Al Grove. This is a 3-0 team, Greg, and Testaverde's made some big plays in the 4th quarter, but I think it's the right call here right now. He needs a spark. Ray Lucas can do it with his arm and his leg right now.
Straight drop for Lucas. Feels the pressure, flips it to Richie Anderson, and Anderson out to the 24-yard line. Ray Lucas, who came on last season, played in 10 games, started 9 of them, and went 6-2.
He played so well last year, and I thought he played real well for the Jets in preseason this year, that there's no doubt in my mind now. There was some before. This is the starting quarterback in the NFL, and he will find a starting job somewhere next year if it's not with the New York Jets.
Under the gun, Lucas goes down. Chidi Ahanotu.
Just a major breakdown by the New York Jets offensive line. Always, no matter what the defense does, you're always the lineman account for the defensive lineman. The right tackle, Ryan Young, looks inside. Nobody looks out to get Chidi Ahanotu.
That is just the 3rd sack allowed by the Jets this year. 3rd and 11. Lucas on the run, 25, 27, not enough for the first down. Ahanotu with the tackle.
Lucas on the run. Brought down by Ahanotu and White.
And now you're playing into the hands of a hungry defense.
Well, you played into their hands when you don't block one of the defensive linemen and you give up the sack. Now Ray Lucas' scramble is just too far to run against the defense that reacts so well.
Williams at his 27-yard line for Tupa's punt. And backs him all the way up to his own 8-yard line. To the 20, and he's wrapped up there. A 64-yard punt by Tom Tupa and a 12-yard return, and 2 quarterbacks trying to solve the Bucs defense.
Presenting the best minivan ever. The only one available with power sliding doors and a power hatch. Nothing else is remotely like it. The all all-new Dodge Grand Caravan. Different. What gets us through the lean years? Why do we still hope when greatness has passed us over once again? Because when destiny finally does show up, and she will, we can say, I was here all along. This is why we watch. NFL Sunday Ticket lets you flip through up to 13 channels of NFL football every Sunday on DirecTV. Never miss a moment. Sign up now and also get our best programming package free for 3 months.
The Country Music Association Awards invite you to celebrate. You can hear it in the cities and towns. Don't forget. All across the nation. It's more than music. It's the sound of America. And country music's biggest night. Live. Join superstars Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, Shania Twain, Dixie Chicks, and Vince Gill. The Country Music Association Awards. Live. CBS Wednesday, October 4th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Coors. When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors. And by Charles Schwab. When we created a smarter kind of investment firm, we also created a smarter kind of investor.
Welcome back to Tampa. There has not been much offense this half by either team. Jets with no points and 2 turnovers. The Bucs with no points and 1 turnover on offense. Sean King hands it off. Allstott straight ahead to the 27-yard line. Let's go down to Armin Contain. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. Really interesting scene on the sidelines of the Jets just a moment ago. Linebacker Brian Cox just kind of roared up to Vinny Testaverde, banged him on the shoulder, said, hey, don't give up, don't get down. Al Bro came up to him and said basically the same thing, and Vinny responded to it. Back to you.
Thanks, Armin.
Well, it's a tough situation for a quarterback like Testaverde. He's done so well for the Jets. But also, Ray Lucas is a terrific backup. He knows his place, very supportive of the starting quarterback. So I think whatever the situation is, it's going to be handled well by the Jets.
Allstott bulls his way to the 31-yard line and a first down after a gain of 4.
What's more important, the Jets defense, there's no mystery. 7 minutes to go, you know the Bucs are going to run it up in there. You got to find a way to stop them now.
Under 7 minutes, clock moving. And the ball at the 31-yard line.
And this play should not, Sean King, you got to make sure you snap that ball with about 3 or 4 seconds to go.
Snaps it with 5 to go. Allstott straight ahead.
Too many.
And we just hold a team meeting at about the 33-yard line after a 3-yard gain.
I'm serious, Greg. Really, the quarterback, you got to snap that ball with, you got to get it down into 1 or 2 seconds, and you just got to time it right. Get in the huddle and say something nice to you guys, kill a little few seconds, and then get up there and watch the clock and use your snap count accordingly.
Second and 7. King going to throw and throws it away. And Jets want a penalty marker.
They want intentional grounding. If a quarterback throws it away, there it goes. If you are trying to avoid a sack and you're under pressure like that inside the tight end box, intentional grounding.
Phil Luckett will give us the official word. Well, for those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS in the game between the New York Jets and the Tampa Bay Bucs. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armin Kasayan. The Bucs lead the Jets 17-6. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast, and then a terrific movie, L.A. Confidential.
Well, anytime the quarterback is under pressure inside, he's throwing that football strictly to avoid a sack, and you're inside where a tight end would be on either side. They're going to throw the flag, and they're much stricter on that this year than they have been in the past, and it was a good call.
Creates a 3rd and 17 for Sean King and the Bucs. The stunned and done. Wrapped up from behind by John Abraham.
Wow.
There's a size differential there.
John Abraham, I think he was the 12th pick in the draft this year from South Carolina, number 94 from the outside. And watch this. Play completely away from him, just keeps hustling. Almost causes a fumble from behind.
There's the rookie. Dedrick Ward is deep. And the Jets need a spark. Another booming kick from Royal. Ward to the 30, the 35. And a little squabble at midfield, and now someone throws a punch. A punch was thrown down at midfield. That's Riddell Anthony. And there are a couple of flags on the play.
Well, if this is against the New York Jets, then it's just inexcusable. When you're coming from behind and you need 2 scores to win the game, you can't afford mistakes. Players got to know that. You can't retaliate.
Personal fouls both ways. Personal fouls on either side, but I saw one punch thrown.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Receiving team number 24. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Kicking team number 85. The penalties offset is dead ball fouls. Jets retain possession. First down.
Mickens and Riddell Anthony. And meanwhile, Vinny Testaverde back onto the field to quarterback the Jets.
Interesting move. Al Groves has put Ray Lucas in there one series to see if he could change the pace of the game, get things going in the Jets' favor.
Five wide receivers. 5:01 to play here in regulation. Testaverde this side, complete to Richie Anderson, and Anderson out of bounds across the 45 to about the 46 or 47-yard line. Vinny Testaverde, that may have been the most convincing pass that he's thrown today.
Well, it's been the most convincing one we've seen in a while. The New York Jets, when they go to that 5 wide receiver set, which they've done quite a bit today, I'm surprised. But the Buccaneers, a lot of receivers have been open underneath. The Jets haven't exploited it like they said they would or how they should.
Testaverde time. That one's batted down en route to its intended mark.
You know what happens, though, Greg? It catches the defense. As I just watched that play, you know, the first couple times you do a series of plays or a new wrinkle, the defense is caught a little off guard. But as you keep watching, just like that last play, they get used to it. The more you show it to them, the better they're going to get at playing it. And that time, if that ball's not tipped, it might have been another interception.
Testaverde. That one goes nowhere. Penalty markers fly. McFarland and Steve White all over Curtis Martin, a loss of 4.
Brought down by McFarland. Flag.
Face mask against the Bucs.
Personal foul, wrestling the face mask, defense number 94. 15-yard penalty from the other in the run.
That's Steve White.
Well, he definitely grabbed the face mask, so there's no question now. It's just, is it going to be 5 or 15? And I think the officials, anytime they see a player's head turn, they're going to give it a 15-yarder.
Jets with a first down now at the 44-yard line of Tampa Bay. Testaverde flips it out here. That's complete. And out to the 40-yard line is Curtis Martin. And let's check in with Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg, wild one out of the Mile High City. Elvis Gerback will connect here. Derek Alexander. Chiefs take the lead. They fail on a two-point try. They lead by one. 2-minute warning. Broncos have the football at their own 23. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
Curtis Martin straight ahead over the 40 to the 38-yard line. That'll be about 4 yards shy of a first down. Clock continues to move. We're coming up on 4 minutes to play. The Jets have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, but they need to find the end zone soon. 3rd and 4. Testaverde throws complete to the tight end, Anthony Beck. He took a lick, but he held on, and it's a first down.
Boy, nice throw. Good job by Anthony Beck, Greg. Just turn the receiver around. You've got to know, as a receiver, when you're going down in a zone, everybody's looking at you. You're going to take a big hit. Protected himself and made a nice catch.
Jets without a huddle. Again, to the side. Caught, and that's a reception. And a terrific catch by Dedrick Ward.
Well, there's 3:26 to go for the New York Jets. They have 3 timeouts plus a 2-minute warning. So they have enough time here to go ahead, execute their offense, try to get a score, and then stop the Bucs and get it back, and you'll still have time to go in for the second score.
Testaverde has come alive since being reinserted as the quarterback. 2nd and 5 from the 16-yard line. Testaverde eludes the sack, flips to Richie Anderson. Anderson inside the 15 to about the 12. Ahanatu with the tackle.
Boy, nice play by Vinny Testaverde. Under pressure, one of the few times today that he had to step away from a defensive lineman. James Canada comes in.
Testaverde to this side. Inside the 10 is Curtis Martin, and that'll be a first down.
Wow, that time Lavernius Coles is to the left. Nobody lined up with him. Tampa was pointing at him, but Vinny Testaverde did not look out there and see him.
Clock continues to move, coming up on 2.5 to play. 1st and goal, Testaverde. Waits, rolls to the 5-yard line, and he's brought down by Derek Brooks. Clock running. Are the Jets going to stop it with a timeout? It appears not.
Well, then they're not going to have time to run a play now. 2-minute warning coming.
So we'll take the 2-minute break. 17-6. Tampa Bay, the Jets knocking on the door. We'll be right back.
Okay, 3 touchdowns and 3 extra points. That's 21. 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, a field goal and 2 safeties. That's 21. 2 touchdowns and a couple of 2-point conversions, a safety, and a field goal. That's 21. Oh, you want a beer? Right. 21. Get the point?
Net 1, Pro 2.
Bingo! Mr. Barkley wins again!
These days, retirement can come sooner than you think. So let Schwab help you set up a tax-deferred IRA rollover account. Come visit us at schwab.com, and we can help you set up your IRA rollover account in just a few easy steps.
You got the upper.
So you can get the most out of your golden years.
Do you know me? Probably not. In my daily life, I like to be recognized. But when I shop on the internet, I prefer a little privacy. Nice. That's why I use the American Express card. With private payments, I get the security of a unique number created for each purchase I make. It's just one way American Express helps me protect my identity online. And soon they'll help me surf the net anonymously, giving me the recognition I'm looking for. None. American Express. Don't leave home pages without it.
Critics call the new CBS Friday TV for tough guys. Beginning at 8, 7 Central.
Drop it!
Tim Daly and Michael T. Williamson star in The Fugitive. Then William Peterson heads an elite team of crime scene investigators in CSI. Pretty cool, actually. TV for tough guys begins CBS Friday, October 6th.
Not much to choose between the numbers. The game was very even in the first half. It turned on Jet turnovers here in the second half. The Bucs lead at 17-6, 2 minutes to play. The Jets at the 6-yard line. It's second and goal, and they have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. 5 wide receivers. And Testaverde has been completing them with regularity on this drive. Quick drop to the left side. Breaking the tackle is Curtis Martin into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now the Jets will go for 2 points, but Curtis Martin, I don't think a wide receiver could have made this play work. Watch this. The Bucs defense come up. They got 2 guys. They missed the tackle. Damian Robinson and Derek Brooks both missing. Curtis Martin, hey, he's used to breaking tackles. He goes in and gets the touchdown.
Jets looking for 2 here to close to 17-14 and put them within a field goal. Martin, the only back behind Testaverde. Vinny throws over the middle. He's got him. Lavernius Cole, the rookie out of Florida State, makes the reception. It's a 3-point game with 1:54 to play.
Can a 30-something woman find happiness in college? Are you like a graduate student or something?
I'm a freshman.
You're divorced, right?
No.
How you doing?
Can you say Mrs. Robinson?
Yeah, baby! What? You gonna do a paper while the Giants are playing?
I am so getting an A in this class.
Heather Page Kent stars in That's Life. Special premiere CBS Sunday, October 1st.
Yeah, I think a lot of players were happy. Brian Cox just came flying off the sideline, butted heads with Testaverde, and I know what they're saying. It's just way to hang in there and not let a tough situation like being replaced shake you up, and he made some nice plays in that drive, especially the one where he avoided the sack and got rid of the football.
So you and I were talking, Phil. You said the Jets don't, or they appear to be lining up for an onside kick. You thought they should kick it deep.
Well, I thought they would kick it deep, try to stop them in 3 plays, call timeouts, take the punt, and hope that you get it around the 40-yard line, and it would give you about a minute to go. Let's see what they do.
He is going to kick it deep. Aaron Stecker sees it bounce over his head into the end zone. He'll cover it there, and the Bucs will start from their own 20-yard line.
Well, what do you know? I guess right.
And now, penalty marker, offside call against the Jets.
I think the Buccaneers will decline it. Don't take a chance of returning it, having a fumble, a penalty.
Offside, kicking team number 30. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchback. First down.
The penalty is on Chris Hayes.
Al Grohl saying alert the clock. That means timeout immediately. I guess he's telling the defensive players, reminding them one more time.
The Jet defense has played very well, particularly here in the second half. Now, going to have to try to stop this offense in 3 down. Allstott to the 24 and a timeout. 1:48 to play.
I know one thing. I'd take both of my safeties and I'd put them up there as linebackers. And if Tampa Bay decides to throw the football, then, you know, good for them. Give them a one-on-one and see if they can make the play.
Ernie Logan is on the field. He came on in relief of Jason Ferguson in the first half and went out with a sprained ankle.
And Jason Ferguson, you know, Greg, he's one of the best run stoppers up front. Ernie Logan, and the Jets are already a little short-handed when it comes to defensive linemen holding up the offensive linemen.
The problem here is Ernie Logan may have been the one to hit Mike Allstott head on. Logan in his 9th season out of Eastern Carolina.
Well, I can see he's talking to the trainers. Well, the game, it kind of surprised me a little at the first half, I think, the way teams, what they were trying to do. The second half, it's got back to Tampa Bay football. It's just been a slugfest the second half.
Well, it's very interesting. You mentioned our trip in here last year when the Bucs played the Denver Broncos, and I said to Tony Dungy, how could you, as a quarterback, play a slow-down offense like this? He said, I believe that's the way you win football games. Let's get you caught up on how we got to this point. Martin Grammatica's 22-yard field goal put the Bucs on top in the first quarter. John Hall answered with a 41-yarder to tie it. And then Dave Moore with a terrific one-handed catch of the touchdown pass from Sean King made it 10-3. Hall, just before halftime, made it 10-6. In the third quarter, Rondé Barber intercepted a Vinny Testaverde pass and returned it 37 yards for a touchdown. And then Curtis Martin with a 6-yard reception has closed it to 17-14 with a 2-point conversion. That's where we stand right now. Ernie Logan is helped off the field. Jason Wiltz has come on to the field to replace him, the second-year man out of Nebraska. 2nd and 7. Allstott. Oh, it's hard, and the Jets say there's a loose football and that they have it, and they do.
I was going to say, Greg, Randall McDaniel, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, came in with like their goal line running formation. He was the running back there. I couldn't see who made the hit that caused the fumble. Look at Mike Allstott. Protecting the football. Marvin Jones, number 55, gets in there and makes the hit.
And then Victor Green has the loose football.
And Victor Green, he's been around the football all day today.
Third turnover of the day for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Jets now not with just a chance to tie, but with a chance to win this game. 1st and 10 from the Tampa Bay 24. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
Where they are at right now would be a 41-yard field goal to try to tie the game.
Martin cuts inside a block, inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Clock continues to move. We have a minute and a half to play.
This reminds me of something that Al Grohl told us yesterday. Running the football. Can you do it in the red zone, and can you do it in the fourth quarter? That's when you know you're a good running football team. And the Jets right there, lining up and getting, 6 critical yards, not only try to score, but to get in better position for a field goal if they want to tie it up.
If there has been a script for the Jets this year, it's been come from behind. Martin gonna throw it to the end zone. Chrebet, touchdown!
What a call by Dan Henning to put the football in the hands of a running back trying to make a throw to win a football game.
How sweet must this be for number 80? the object of that man's ire all week long. He refused to fire back and has pulled in what stands now to be the winning score.
Well, it was a nice catch as Curtis Martin, being a running back, threw it out there, and it wobbled quite a bit, and Wayne Chrebet just adjusted to the ball and made a nice catch. But what a call.
This is a most important extra point. It would force the Buccaneers to go for a touchdown rather than a game-tying field goal. John Hall's kick is good. The New York Jets put 15 points on the board in the last 62 seconds and have taken a 21-17 lead.
Watch Curtis Martin. They've just run the football one time. Oh, and you can see Brian Kelly, number 25, comes up for the run, and then Damian Robinson, the safety, not able to get back over there and protect him. But what a good call. You've just run the football. You pick up 6 yards. You come back. Oh, and a nice job by Wayne Chrebet.
And Vinny Testaverde says, that wasn't too bad a job. Wayne Chrebet picks off the latest in a bunch of floaters from the New York Jets today, but Keyshawn Johnson, oh, you know what he's thinking.
Well, you know what? You know what he's thinking? It doesn't surprise him. Look, he played in that offense for a few years. He knows it does a little bit of everything. When we got ready, like we went Greg at the beginning of the year, we went up to the Green Bay Packers, the first game of the year the Jets had. The Green Bay Packers spent 20 minutes going over what they call gadget plays, reverses, screens, people throwing the football, the halfback throwing the football. So everybody knows that they have the bag of tricks, but to call it in that situation, hey, even if you're ready for it, it's going to catch you by surprise.
And we mentioned this earlier. On Friday, John Lynch, the Bucs safety, said, we are concerned about finishing the Jets off. Teams have had them down, but couldn't finish. That's been the story in each of their games this season.
Especially the New England game, the Green Bay game, the first game of the year.
Hall reaches the end zone again. Stecker will not run it out. And so the Bucs will start from their own 20-yard line with 2 timeouts and 52 seconds on the clock. What a game.
What a turnaround. And, you know, listen, we sit there and do the games. It's 17-6. Ray Lucas goes in, doesn't get a first down. And I'm thinking, oh, well, it was still a good game. Still a good game at 17-6. I was happy to be here, watch it. 2 solid teams. But to see the Jets react so well under the pressure again. And it's so many of those situations. I know I heard Randy Cross say it many times during the Jets preseason games. They practice a lot of these tough situations, and they're getting rewarded with or for them in the game so far this year.
From the shotgun, King lost the football. The Jets say they have it. And they do. John Abraham with the hit behind the line of scrimmage. Brian Cox came up with the football.
And what did we say a little earlier? Al Groh told us yesterday, John Abraham and Brian Cox, he tries not to give them too many plays during the game, so when the game is on the line in the fourth quarter, they are fresh and they can rush the passer, and we've seen it every single week. Look at number 94. This guy has some explosion. He reminds me a lot of Charles Haley, the pass rusher the San Francisco 49ers got years ago.
Wayne Chrebet. That about says it all.
But boy, John Abraham, has he been something?
Testaverde will take a knee.
You know, Greg, we saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I thought they'd crossed a tremendous hurdle. They lost games like this last year, and you thought, that won't happen to them now. They've crossed that hurdle, but today, they made the big mistakes in the clutch, and the Jets took advantage of it.
Tony Dungy, you have to figure his team did everything it wanted to do today, pretty much.
Well, as a team, and you're playing these games, you're at home, And when you get your team in the ideal position that you just strive for every game, ahead, the other team passing, you got one of the best defenses in the National Football League, you expect to close the deal. And when you don't, it's a surprise, but it's also a tremendous credit to the team you're playing.
The Bucs have just burned their final timeout. We remind you tonight on CBS, how did Baku and the former Soviet Union get to be an American boomtown? It's the oil. Find oil and you'll find American oil men tonight on 60 Minutes. Then, Kevin Spacey, Kim Basinger, Russell Crowe lead an all-star cast in the Oscar-winning crime saga that will keep you riveted. Don't miss the network premiere of L.A. Confidential, all tonight on CBS.
You know, Greg, we talk about so many things, but when you take over a head coaching job in the National Football League, especially when it's your first one, I've heard this from a lot of people I listen to. The hardest thing to do is to get that first win and just get some credibility with the players and your coaching staff, the fans and the media. And the Jets coming out, Al Groh getting his first chance to coach in the National Football League 4-0. I'd say that credibility when he talks in front of that team, they go, hey, be quiet. Coach knows what he's talking about. And and listen, you know, the other thing we've kind of let go here, how about Testaverde sucking it up and being taken out of the game and still coming back in and being man enough to get it done? I tell you, I give him a tremendous amount of credit because most quarterbacks would go right in the tank.
Keyshawn Johnson was asked if he would shake hands with Al Groh after the game. He said absolutely not. He probably won't shake with Wayne Chrebet, but he is very friendly with a number of the defensive players of the New York Jets. It didn't go the way that man wanted it to go today. The New York Jets with a terrific late fourth quarter comeback. 15 unanswered points in the last minute 54. Once again, our final score, the New York Jets 21, Tampa Bay 17. Coming up next on CBS, except in the Pacific time zone. Stay tuned for another fascinating 60 minutes. For Phil Simms and Armin Kasayan, Greg Gumbel saying so long from Tampa. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 35.
What gets us through the lean years? Why do we still hope when greatness has passed us over?
That lasts forever. The Jewelry Exchange in Elmer.
Gotta be a way. I will find a way.
Efficiently. So gross. Well, that's our show. We know that you will enjoy your dual-action mighty pick.
You have...
Another crazy story? Come on, baby. I was hanging at the court, just playing some ball. Working on my game, yeah, we heard it all. Heard the fans screaming, I thought it was for me. But then I saw a shadow, it was 12 for 3. Was your skill on me? What?